everybody, and welcome to Bugbear's Basement. Happy to have you guys here. Of course, we're in the middle of our very long running campaign, which I'm very happy with. Episode 15 today. Happy to have you guys here. Of course, we do have a few announcements, but before I get to that, I'd like to say that please check out all those links down below and get involved with what we're doing. We certainly appreciate that. We do appreciate the subs and the likes, of course. But the thing that really helps us sing is we are live streamers that to go over and hit that share button and let your family and friends and extended community know that we're on so they can come over here and join us. That would be a lot of fun. We do have a couple of announcements. Keep in mind that this week is normal with all the shows we have here on Fanspeak. But next week we are going to have a very truncated week because of the holiday and because of some things I'm doing, but that just happens to work out. Fanspeak next week on the Saturday on the 21st for you guys. That's actually going to be being broadcast and run by Dinale. Now I might jump on from my iPad and stuff. I probably will, but understand that's going to be a little bit different. And then the California show and this Bugbear's Basement will not be done, and probably the Christmas show will certainly not be done either. So we'll have a 3-day off, and then we'll be back for the Drawn and Quartered, and then that would be all for that week, other than the continuing fan speak following on. So we will have some days off, which is good. Everyone's got their holidays coming up, and I hope you all have wonderful holidays. Christmas is a lot of fun, and hopefully you can join in with your family and have some good food and some good laughs, and that politics never come up, ever. That's what I hope. But anyway, just a little update on that, and I will be announcing that all week so that everyone knows very clearly. But nevertheless, let's come over here and say hello to our gamers. The first one up we have sitting here is, I know he went, so let's skip over him, come back in a moment. So let's start out with Mr. Bob. Hi, Mr. Bob.
What up, dog?
No, don't do that again.
So, man.
No. Okay.
Yeah,
sorry.
Bob, how has your week been, man?
Been all right, man. I've actually chilled out a little bit. Then went and saw a couple of movies, did a couple of videos. Yeah, I'm ready to kill some stuff.
Yeah, and we're definitely going to have ourselves an
Overdue.
adventure today. We are starting. This is maybe the official start of chapter 2, I would say. So we definitely got some things to get into. Speaking of movies, I've been kind of looking forward to see a couple of flicks I haven't got to see yet, but I know they're going to be good. But one thing that's kind of interesting with the Star Wars, I was kind of shocked because they had the shill meeting where they had the preview with all the stars and stuff, and certain industry people are allowed to come, and it's getting very mixed reviews from people who are paid to give good reviews. That's an odd thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Like the thing that are all saying, like, regardless of whether they're shilling for it or not, they're saying that there's a lot going on in that movie. Like, and that may be a big problem.
Yeah, no, we'll have to wait and see. I think because a lot of us are hopeful there'll be at least somewhat of a shift.
I hope so.
Yeah, I think because we don't want to lose our Star Wars, and I know there's a lot of people upset and angry about it. But me personally, I want Star Wars to be great. But we'll have to wait and see on that. But it is interesting that all these shill media people, it's obvious that Disney told them to use the word satisfying, because they're all using it in their thing, unless it's the new lexicon of the world, which it's not. So Disney obviously told them, you're going to use this word. So. Oh well.
The very satisfying conclusion is
satisfying is the word. Yeah, it's the word.
Yeah.
Just talking to movies, so we'll keep an eye on that, of course. But me personally, I can't wait till I can see Ford versus Ferrari. Ooh, goodness gracious, that's going to be exciting.
I haven't seen that one yet. I need to check that one out.
Yeah, it looks really good. You know what I did last night? My wife and I, we always try to watch something on Netflix or something like that, and we watched the documentary they just put out on Netflix for Shelby, Carol Shelby, and that was a really interesting documentary because, of course, I know who Carol Shelby is. I've owned 2 of his cars in my life, and he's an American legend, of course. Well, he's actually a worldwide legend in the automotive industry, but I didn't know anywhere near as much about him as I thought I did. I mean, it was very interesting. I knew he was a racer. I didn't know he was like a legendary winning racer. I mean, et cetera, et
Hmm.
cetera. So if you're into cars and you love Shelby's, as we all do, you should go watch that documentary. It was pretty cool, dude. I learned a lot about the man who I have a great deal of respect for. Have any of you guys seen that documentary yet?
Mm-mm.
No,
No.
I do want to see that. For what the Ford versus
I did
Ferrari.
see Ford versus Ferrari. I saw it. It was really good.
Yeah, I want to see that. I
Yeah,
did
yeah.
go see I went and saw the Fred Rogers.
Oh, Mr.
A Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood.
Yeah, no, I want to see that too. How did Tom Hanks do? I
Yeah.
mean, it must have been awesome.
It was a good movie. Like they made like they came out and they said, look, we're not going to try to make him look like exactly like Fred Rogers. We're not going to have to try to make him talk exactly like Fred Rogers. And the movie is actually done. It's the way it's shot. It's almost shot like an episode of Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood, because when they do transitions from one place to the other, they actually use like the little models and stuff.
Mhm.
The story is mostly
Nice.
about this guy and how Fred Rogers affected him.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah,
Yeah, but it was
that's
really
one
good.
actual
Good.
great American in Fred Rogers for sure.
Yep.
He's a good
Yeah.
person.
Yep.
A really good person. And it disturbs me that people often want to say really horrible things about the guy. I mean, that's truly good human being that you're trying to be mean to. It's what's going on with you, man?
Yeah.
I mean, anyway, it's like dissing Bob Ross, dude. That's Mr. Zen.
Oh,
If you're
hell
having
no, man.
right, I mean, if you're having a bad day, go watch a Bob's Ross episode, man. That'll make you all better.
That's on the Twitch channel that I stream to when I'm not streaming. That's actually what's playing on there is Bob Ross.
Yeah, no, it's Bob Ross is the most peaceful thing you could watch. I mean, he's perfect Zen, this guy. But anyway, we also got Bill in here. How you doing, Bill? He's working on his miniatures.
I'm doing great. I've had a very satisfying week so
Mhm.
far, and so I'm
Satisfying.
content.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think this week will wrap up really well, and we'll be looking forward to the holiday season.
Sweet. There you
So-
go. And you got kids running around, so Christmas is actually a thing for you, man.
Yeah. We're gonna have a lot of fun. I've been planning it, and we got a lot of activities and good times and brunch and meals and gifts. It'll be a traditional Christmas.
That's
So,
awesome. It's good to hear.
Yeah, and I think we'll have Christmas, and then I think I'm going to play hooky from work for a couple of days and just enjoy my family. So I'm looking forward
Well,
to it.
now you have an official record of you.
Yes, we
Yeah,
now know. We can
that's
tell
right.
your
Yep,
boss.
it's true, man.
Yeah.
Come and get me. You can
See, that's
find
a-
me on the couch drinking
that's-
eggnog.
That's the thing. That's the problem with being the boss, Bill. You can't
Yeah.
play hooky.
Right.
There is no hooky playing. Anyway,
Nope.
awesome. How you doing, Slick?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm great, dude. So are you gearing up for holidays as well? I mean, I don't know how many actual kids you have in your house, but I'm sure there's at least 1,000 illegitimate ones.
Well, take that under advisement.
Okay, get on that. Yeah, cool. Are you ready for today?
I suppose.
Enthusiasm is just dripping off you, brother.
He's busy working on
I'm super excited,
1,001.
man. I'm so happy to be here.
There you go.
It's like
There you
the fifth
go.
element is like, so how you feel here in the big world?
Oh, good.
Fine.
And of course, we got GOP, the absolute awesome singer of the group. How you doing?
Oh, I'm slightly better than Jimmy.
Oh, goodness gracious.
That's
Well,
singing? I'll give
Well,
you
I
that.
meant like just my response, my enthusiasm, just a point above Jimmy.
a point
That's where I
above.
want to be.
That's what I need. That's what it's going to help me out a lot. Thank you. And awesome. And of course, let's go ahead and get ourselves going. But of course, that means we need to speak to the young lad himself. Hey, Zach.
Hey, how are you doing?
I'm really good. And your volume is pretty low, dude.
Is it?
It is.
Is it better?
We'll see as it goes along. But anyway,
Oh!
let me go ahead and get this thing kicked off.
Real quick, Jester, did you give experience last week?
I didn't because I didn't think any was deserved.
No.
Yeah, we
really
Okay.
don't.
I just wanted to double check and make sure because I'm like, I don't think so. But then we didn't really do much.
Yeah, I guess
Said
since you spent time on the boat, if you guys want to take 500, go for it. I guess.
Yay! I'll take
Yay.
it.
Buddy,
We got something.
You got something.
Yippee!
you're so
Wait.
God. You're so freaking easy.
I am.
Right?
Because why? Why not? Right? We're having fun. But anyway, let's go ahead and jump into this. I'm not going to do a huge long primer. You guys have been watching and listening along, but of course, you guys know we are in Faerun of the planet Toriel. Of course, this is the Forgotten Realms, of course, and we are operating in the Moonshae Isles. Now, most of our adventures were taking place initially. The first 13 of our episodes took place in Moray, the island you see off here to the west, this one here. And we got a couple of members who are from Moray in the party. And they had a lot of trouble. And the real thing to keep in mind is that Moray has fallen to the deranged god. I can't even remember his name. My brain just left me. Sylvanus.
Sylvanus.
Thank you. So Sylvanus has lost his damn mind. The gods are trying to think about what to do with him, but he has gathered the humanoids of Moray together, and they seem to be going to be launching some manner of attack or something onto Sarifal. Now, our party has escaped that nonsense by the order of a god and have traveled all the way around. Oh, all the way around, and they're down here in Kings
Bite
Bay.
me,
Yeah, and
bite me, bite me, bite me.
but the action is going to be taking place here in Sarifal. And keep in mind that the real problem with Sarifal has happened quite a while ago, about 15 years or more ago, where the Eladrin returned after the fall of the Spell Plague, and they are extremely militant, and this is their territory, and they don't want to hear anything other than that, and they've been quite violent and troublesome. So the whole area of Moonshae is paying attention to what's going on here. But there also seems to be something more going on Toriel itself beyond just the Moonshae. But that doesn't matter because this is our world and this is where we are. But the party did land or did come into Kings Bay here on the east coast of Sarifel. And this area over here is actually kind of where the rebels are. Which is a good place for them to be, because one of the first big acts of the Eladrin when they came in was to take Gwyneth, this southern nation, and they totally wiped it out, burned cities to the ground, murdered all manner of people. It was really really bad. And this happened quite a while ago, but here on the west coast is where it seems that most of the resistance stands against them is over here. Everything else is kind of elven. With a mix of folk, and the elves kind of just walking in line, even though it seems that there is an underlying tone with the elven people, the Leywar elves, that something's not quite right. So they are in that area, which is good. There is one concerning problem to keep in mind. As they were traveling in their boat south, because of course they're with Captain Redmayne and her fleet, which are kind of survivors from Moray, really. When they passed by the city of Borth, it was on fire, which is not a good thing. Here in Kings Bay, though, which we're going to get into right now, and where we're at here, there is no fire, of course. But let me get over here to the end of my stuff, and I will show you what's going on now. As they approach, they are coming into Kings Bay. This is Kings Bay here. It's a pretty big place. There's a lot of. It's not quite the size of Donegal, but it's bigger than Cork for sure. And as they're approaching the port area and they land and they start seeing all the people walking around, this is kind of the port area where a big old trade center in the back you can see there kind of looks like a Capitol building, but it's actually a trade center. But this is the port area. So this is a fair sized city, and there's a lot of activity going on. Now, you guys have just landed, and you are, looking at this extensive city. And like I said before, the tone here is pretty happy. Actually, people are chatting. There doesn't seem to be any kind of dour atmosphere, or everyone is paranoid and per se. Although you do notice that it's kind of run down. It's a little bit poorer of a city, which makes sense if you think about what's going on. And you see another thing that's interesting is you see all kind of different races that you didn't see before. There are dwarves walking around. There's people. There's humans from the mainland like Kalimshan and which some of you would recognize what they are. Others, it's some new looking culture to you. You'll also see some halflings running around, and you're in the port. You have barely just got off the boat, so you haven't seen any kind of extent of the city yet. But there are a lot of people milling around, a lot of trade, a lot of things going on. It's a busy, busy, busy place. So, what would you like to do?
You literally
Okay,
like throw up.
by the way, can you
Was
hear
that
me now?
cold water?
We can.
Is it cool? Yeah, no, I accidentally had my web mic on. But yeah, no, I throw up because I've been on the sea so long that I just can't handle it.
Well,
not
you
being
think
on the
you'd be
sea.
used to it by now. It's been
Yeah,
like a
that's
couple of
wonderful.
weeks,
But
right?
no, just like right onto Lacey's shoe. too.
Oh goodness. Oh, there you go.
Okay.
Well,
And of course, she doesn't care a bit about that. She just comes over and rubs the back of your neck. Baby, are you okay, baby? Which, with
please throw up on her.
with that said, then of course, he's brought up the moment, so we are required here. So hold on a second. I know, Lacey.
Getting that Lacey up.
Oh, Lacey. Okay,
Lacey.
Lacey's
All right,
badass
but,
right now, by the way. Just so you know.
Oh.
Don't mess with Lacey. Anyway,
So
Packing a freaking purple sword, yeah.
Let's say we head into town and start getting the lay of the land, start getting some information.
okay.
Well, the tavern is always a good place to start.
it is.
All
I
right.
kind of want to go to a magic shop.
Corny, you have to stay and watch the boat.
What?
Yeah.
I just got off the boat.
No, we voted. You
We'll
lost.
come. We'll come back for you.
You do realize
Hey,
there
you
are
need me.
entire crews, but they're not your boats.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, you do realize you let Corny into town after 2 weeks on a boat. We'll have the whole town after us.
That's true. That's true. All right. So
And
you
And there's
guys,
halflings.
you guys head
Women
past
halflings.
you guys head past the port, and you get into the front area, which of course, as usual, is a gigantic marketplace. And this actually takes up a large ward of the city. There are other suburban areas. There's a little industrial area toward the back. And let me bring up the city again, I guess, real quick, and kind of give you the layout. So here we go. Now you guys are down here in the port, and if you see my marker, right, this entire section right here is a huge market. And of course, we have the ports down here. This over here is, as usual, the military base. This is where all the military people are. There's blacksmiths and all things that are pertaining to the port authority, as it were, are in this section. And you don't know anything yet quite clearly, but there is a big suburban area up top that goes all the way around, and then way over here is more of an artisan, mercantile type of area where a lot of production stuff's going on. So this big, huge area on both sides of the water is a giant marketplace, really, and that's where you are right now.
Like I already told
Alright.
you what I wanted to do. I don't know what you guys are up to, but yeah.
Is the dock master around?
Of course. Matter of fact, he's talking to Redmayne, Captain Redmayne, right now.
Okay. Well, that might be the person to ask right there, Corny.
Excuse me. I'm looking for a magic shop. Magic items and all that.
He looks down. Now, you give me a perception check, everybody.
Perception.
Yay, first roll of the day.
Sick.
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
Someone roll a
Natural
1.
20.
Natural 20.
I rolled a
Now
20.
mark it down. Now keep in mind, guys, this now is 100 experience points times your level when you get these. Keep that in mind.
Oh, crap.
I
Oh,
got
You know,
that
I
is-
actually wish I could save that for later.
Yeah, right.
That is a whopping 9.
well-
so no.
18.
Okay. Well, anyone that has a 15 or higher, you notice because it's kind of hard not to notice when Corny is doing something because he's loud and obnoxious. And so when he talks to this dockmaster, which is a let's go with a standard thing. He's kind of a plump, husky. Let's call him husky human, and he's fairly well dressed, and he's just doing the normal dock fees and stuff like that. It's nothing untoward's going on. But when he kind of looks over to see who's talking to him, and he looks at normal eye level, and then he has to bring his eyes down to see that it's a halfling, you notice that he is instantly extremely uncomfortable, but then he sucks it in real quick and he says, yes, you would find any of the magic shops in the lower ward, which he means, you'll have to cross a little bridge up to the top and head down into this area over here. If you're looking, this is where the magic stuff would be happening. All the stuff in here is standard mercantile business and stuff that's coming off the boats. It's a general trade area. It's pretty standard. But over here, there are some magic items and stuff.
Thank you.
He said, "Oh, most welcome, Master Halfling." He says.
I start kind of just walking.
Did he just
walking with his chest puffed out? I approach the Wharf Westmaster as well. I was like, we're obviously very new here. Who is the authority in this city, this town?
Oh well, we have a governor, and of course we are under the Eldrin Authority, fully licensed, by the way, fully licensed, and we have a governor here, and it is Governor Patrick.
Patrick Starfish?
No, this is Patrick.
Right. Thank you. How are things with Elgin here right now?
Oh, he said, it's absolutely wonderful. Eldrin Rule is a wonderful thing, and we're very happy to be part of the new order. Very happy, very proud.
I'll whisper to Laz.
As you should be. As you should be.
I'll whisper to Laz, like, this guy is just giving us the key talking points to make everything look good. I think maybe we should find out what's really going on.
Yes. Well, thank you. I will step away, and I'm just like, okay. Next person up.
Well, you guys are sitting on the port, and just to know where you are, you guys are right down here on this landing area, right on the south here, southeast. That's where the boats are, and you guys are just standing in this kind of area, general area, as you're getting off the boat.
Okay. Is anybody else going to talk to the wharf master, or are we just going to head out?
Okay, you're heading out.
No, let's head out. Let's go find it.
Yep, we're going. Move, let's go.
Now, as you guys head into the city, or into the market area, you see there's all kind of hawkers going on. They're selling all manner of things. You notice that there's a lot of fruit and vegetable, actually, and of course this is getting into winter, so this is probably late harvest stuff. Or things that have come from more southern climes. And of course, with that, you notice there are a bunch of fruits here maybe you haven't seen before, particularly the people from Moray, and even vegetables as well. But there's a lot of that going on. You also see some standard things like cloth sales and, all kind of the little day-to-day life things you need, and some curios as well. But in general, as you're walking along, this entire area is very standard. Now, one thing you do notice, since you made your perception checks earlier, is that occasionally you do see halflings walking around, and the halflings are seen, the ones you're seeing anyway, seem to be very well dressed. They're much better than the average people around here, and when they move around, people get out of their way. I mean, quickly, and many times you see people bowing to them as well.
What the hell kind of planet are we on?
As we're walking through, I also want to be looking over my shoulder just to see if anyone's following us or watching us.
Well, that would require a very high perception check.
Okie dokie. 24.
Oh, goodness gracious. Let me make an opposed roll just in case. Oh, no. Okay. You do notice that a very skilled person, actually, but they got nothing on you. A very skilled person is following kind of from a door sill to door sill, and it is indeed a halfling.
Oh,
Hmm.
Well, I look at
Think about-
Bernie. Like, I think you're going to do well here.
I'll tap
I
on.
don't know, but everyone really seems to like me here.
I'm gonna tap on Laz's shoulder and Boran and say, put my arm around both of them. It's like we're being followed by a halfling.
Baron might
Should we
be
go?
aware
Yeah.
of that. Baron, give me a. Laz wouldn't necessarily automatically get a perception check, but the scout would. Give us a perception check, Baron.
24 as well.
Yeah. So you if you wish, you can say, "I know."
I know.
Well, I'd like to. I'd like to pick up Laz real quick, click my heels, and run over there to the halfling and ask him how's he doing today. Is there anything else? Are we interesting to you?
Oh, you really?
Kicked me
Wow.
Whoa.
Wait, what?
Okay,
This is like
Laz,
straight
you've
up
been
like, hey, you're following me.
Laz, you've been picked up, and the monk is touching you in places he probably shouldn't, and you are swiftly moving at ridiculous speeds. Now standing next to a very shocked halfling. Well, no, you're too quick to even bother. So yeah, you're standing in front of this halfling, and he's a bit surprised, and he kind of looks at you, and he doesn't really know what to do. You've taken him off guard, and I was going to save him for later, but oh well, I'll show you a picture.
Oh, how are we doing today, young lordling? Is there anything that is interesting to you?
No, good day to you. Welcome to Kings Bay.
So, my friend Laz was wondering why you were following us.
I most certainly was not following you. I am just about my daily routines.
Okay, now we can see you were following us for a good long while.
No, it's just the standard security of the city. Do not be too concerned about it. Newcomers and all. It's all right. All right. We're happy to have you here. Welcome. And praise to the Eldrin. Praise indeed.
So you were under orders to follow us?
Oh well, it's just my responsibilities.
So can I use insight to see if he's lying?
Sure.
All right. 20.
Oh, wait, nat 20?
Nat 20?
No, I rolled
Oh,
13, but I have a
okay.
7 bonus. to insight.
Do keep in mind, guys, you all are sitting on a +3 perception, or +4, is it now? No, it's +3. You're all sitting at +3 perception, so make sure that gets added to everything. But he's most certainly lying, and poorly.
Well, Laz, this young gentleman's obviously lying. You notice how his skin is just flush red.
Yes, halflings, well, they're sneaky, but they're not very good with provocation.
Oh, insults. And he kind of perks up with that because now he does feel insulted, and he gets his courage back a little bit. Is the rest of the party following over to watch what's going on, or are you guys just kind of standing at a distance?
We were just kind of like talking, and they were like, "What? Where are you going?" What?
Well, the monk is supernaturally fast, right?
Right.
Yeah. So, all right, go ahead, guys. Continue.
Not fast enough to go over back to the party and say, "Hey, come on over here." And then
They're
back.
already said they're following you.
Yeah, we're sauntering
They
over
already
there. We're
have,
just like,
yeah.
"Oh
Sorry.
God, what have you done now?"
Just at that slow human speed, you know.
I would fully make my way to the magic shop oblivious to all this.
So you ignore them and go out on your own.
I'll like reach down and I'll like grab Corny by the back of his
Okay,
shoulder.
that's
Hey,
fine.
no.
You can totally do that.
I'll literally reach down, pick him up, turn him around the other way, and like, no, this way.
Oh, hey. But the magic shop. Hey.
No, that's it. Laz, don't judge all the halflings on your experience with Corny.
Oh,
This young gentleman, he may
they taste
be.
so good too.
What do we have here? Is this I look at Cornelius? Is that cousin, Leo's friend,
No.
brother.
What
all
you
look the
think?
same to me.
When
Oh,
Corny, now hold on a second. Now, when Corny comes into view, as soon as he sees another halfling, he immediately straightens up and he looks at you and he speaks in halfling. Who speaks halfling here other than Corny?
Not me.
Nope.
All right,
Nope.
probably
No
nobody.
one thought it was that important.
Now, Corny, he says to you straight and in a threatening manner, by the way, what is your clan? Present yourself. And you know this is a very halfling thing to do, but this guy is not a friendly person at all.
Oh, I come from the Goldenberg clan out very, very, very far east. You wouldn't know of them.
He looks at you kind of a little bit sideways, but he makes a roll. So give me a persuasion roll, please.
It's a deception. I'm not from that.
Yes, I know. Okay. I know it is, dude. That's why I'm asking you for a roll, please.
Okay. Let's do my roll. Oh, that's good. That is a 28.
I rolled a 5, so awesome. He accepts it because he seemingly has no choice to do so, and he says, it's kind of as he's already standing straight now, and he looks at the rest of you and says, "Well, thank you very much, and enjoy your time at Kings Bay," and immediately leaves.
Well, I think this guy was watching us and heard you talking about the magic shop and wanted to steal from us.
That was odd.
Yeah, you didn't get that feeling at all,
probably...
Bill.
Oh no.
I want to stop him real quick, Chester, before he leaves. Just put my hand on his shoulder. Like, excuse me.
You put your hand on him. All right. Initiative, please. Initiative, please.
Now it's on. Pindeer the Wet. Here he comes.
Pindeer the Wet. You messed with Pindeer.
Great. Okay.
All right. What's your initiative, Bob?
Suplex.
Oh wow, that's.
I got 15.
I got a 14.
Was this just Bob's initiative?
Pretty much,
so who picked me up?
Yeah, I think you're on the ground now, aren't you?
Well, I'm gonna pat his ass and say, "Ask next time."
All right. This is between Pindeer and Bob initially. If you guys want to get into it, you can after this. This half
I just
round.
turned the same shade of red as the tiefling is.
Oh goodness. Now, hold on a second. Now, Pindeer is like I said, this is a half round between Bob and Pindeer. Okay, and Pindeer, you notice when he actually decides to move, and he's kind of in this position you see right here with a dagger. He moves really fast, Bob, very fast.
I figure.
And he's actually quicker than you because that was a pretty good initiative roll you had. All right, and he swipes out, and when you guys see his attack, because everyone can see it, the precision is beyond you guys. You guys are pretty badass, but this guy's precision is impressive. He actually hits you on your left foreknuckle and runs the blade up the forearm and then comes around to the side. Right? It's very precise, but at lightning speed.
He actually hit me?
Oh, he most certainly hit you, dude. Yeah. That was a 30 plus. I don't think you have a 30 plus armor class, do you?
Oh, damn. Okay.
No. All right. So you only take 3 points of damage, but give me a Constitution roll, please. And if you have any bonuses versus poison or something, please apply.
Is this all of us?
Oh, dude. Natural 20.
Oh,
is this all of us?
No, dude. This is just
Bob.
Just Bob.
Yeah, Bob.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right.
Just out of
by
realm.
myself.
All right. So you have made your Constitution roll with a natural 20. So you only take half of this.
Okay. Probably gonna be a buttload of freaking dice.
You just hear a ton of dice spilling across the table.
In the end, you take an additional 8 from the poison.
Okay.
And it shocks you, and kind of you guys see all the veins in that you can see on Bob on Adderall's body kind of light up black for half a second, and then they go because he's able to resist it. But obviously he's pulls back. It hurt because he's definitely hurt, and it looks automatically septic. That cut that just came across, and he didn't go too deep either. He just kind of did this quick little precise cut across your arm, and he took a step back, and he's about to bolt for damn sure. So this would be general initiative.
Okay. Do you want us to roll again, or?
Oh no, you don't have to, but everybody else does.
Okay.
I rolled a
Okay.
14.
12.
Oh, rolled a. Oh wait, sorry. I was thinking D20. My bad.
18.
This is a 10-sider.
It's a D10, man.
How did
This
you
is
get an
10-sider?
18? Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I
I
thought it was a 20.
I got a
One time. Sorry.
16, Chester.
Okay.
So one sec.
Dang. That's real good.
God damn it.
All right. What do you got?
11 with the proficiency.
Okay. Does anybody have a 19?
Nope.
Okay. This guy, he is obviously moving in a direction. As he is moving, he's running. But he pulls his hood over his head and he disappears.
Son of a.
It was a pleasure to meet you. Sorry about all the mess. All right, can I
Well,
go to the spell shop now? The magic shop.
Well, shit.
You're the one that put your hand on a named character. That is not the DM's fault.
Hey! I do what I want.
That is the famous last words.
Okay. Well, I'm looking. I was like, do we want to go after him, or do we just want to deal with this later?
Where is he?
Yeah.
Go after him. Where?
I could find him. I can find him. It's
You
not
could.
That's not the
If you
problem.
wanted burn spells and stuff, you could certainly find him. Yeah.
Yes, but I don't think it's necessary. I think we'll end up finding him later.
Yeah, I think he's going to be one of those things that becomes a problem for us later.
Yeah, he
So-
obviously was sent on us by someone.
Yeah, he was the welcoming committee, and now we have been initiated or welcomed. Yeah.
I think it's not something we should even focus on at all. We should just keep going, and there's nothing to see here. Let's go.
Yeah. Bob just got sliced up. The guy was spying on us, and then he ran off. So yeah, let's just go sell your stuff now.
Now you have to
It's
wonder:
fine.
is the halfling involved in the conspiracy?
Oh
Of course,
my gosh, I gotta.
they're all like that. Small hands smell like cabbage.
It's true. It's true.
Oh yeah, go ahead, roll an insight against me. That'd be fun.
All right, guys. So what are you doing now? Are we gonna
Well,
follow?
I'm-
Are we gonna
I'm
follow
gonna-
Corny down to the magic section?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just gonna wrap my arm and keep just
Yeah, the DM's
the universe.
the DM suggests you actually cast a spell on that, please.
To heal it.
Yes.
Oh, that's right, because you said it's septic. Okay. I will use I'll use cure wounds at first level.
That's plenty enough. You save the Constitution,
Alright.
so it's fine.
Yeah. And do I get here?
Well,
Oh, I'm rolling good, man. All right.
I don't know
So
if I need to say this, but I'm definitely gonna be paranoid now and keeping my eye out.
Yeah, no, I
I think
imagine. Now, as
I'm
you
back to
guys
full.
as you guys move forward, you come up this main path here, and you're kind of following the directions you were given, and you end up over here, and you're heading down. And like I said, as you're passing through this marketplace, there are a mix of little bakeries and little taverns and hotels, and it's the typical thing you would see in a port entry / marketplace area. All towns have them of any size. So this is really where all the visitors will end up staying while they're here, and it's also where the town folk will come in and do their shopping and stuff for the day usually. Although the upper areas probably have their own little, because they're less more suburbia, they probably have their own stuff. But as you guys can see, as you were coming in, there is quite a significant separation between the north and the south here, and you imagine that the north is probably the more elite of the people here, because there is water separating many things, and there also seems to be some kind of keep, two keeps ahead of you. One up here is some kind of military keep or maybe a religious building. You're not quite sure. And then there is some kind of man-made thing sitting on the port, which you can see because you're actually, this area you're on is a little bit raised, and you can see the entire northern part of the city quite clearly from here. But you head down this little path, you come in. Now, as soon as you guys enter in this area, one thing you notice very, very clearly, the people here are far better dressed, and the majority of people walking around the streets here are actually halflings. Whereas in the other place, there were a few. There's a lot of halflings here. Now you notice as you're coming across this bridge, because this area goes down a little bit, you see all the way to the south, where it isn't on the map, but all the way south, there is a walled district down below, which isn't on the map, but it has more to do with storage and port stuff, so it doesn't really matter. But this does seem to be the halfling area. And as you guys are walking in, you see that many people kind of eyeing you, but no one's being rude. And everyone, particularly the halflings, when they see Corny go by, they take a long moment to assess him. And as you're coming in, you see the standard stuff you would see in a quarter. There are little inns and bakeries and breweries, and there's even some small marketplace for the locals here with vegetables and stuff. And of course, you see a small street as you're coming in down here that has about 3 magic shops, and that's about it. So you have 3 choices. You have the Golden Feather, you have the Hin's Rest, and the other one is we'll say that it's Bradley's Magic Emporium.
Which one looks the nicest? Like it would have which one looks the biggest on the outside?
Oh, the Golden Feather for sure.
All right, I'm gonna go there at least first and see.
Right.
What I'm looking for, primarily, is a Ring of Mind Shielding, which is an uncommon item that requires attunement. So,
all right, no
primarily
problem.
what I'm looking for. Also, Luckstone too.
A Luckstone. Now, Luckstone, what does that do?
Sorry.
So the Luckstone will let me get the card out here. While this polished, it's against my person, I gain a +1 bonus to ability checks and saving throws.
Okay. All right, I get it. So it is like a common item.
It is uncommon.
Uncommon. Okay. Now, when you guys come into the Golden Feather here, it is a pretty big shop, and they sell all manner of things, not just the kind of more wizardly things, but they also have like combat stuff, like shields and swords and armor. Although it's a much smaller selection. And you guys are walking around, and one thing you notice off is at the counter you see about 3 or 4 halflings moving in and out from some back area, and there's one that's sitting at the counter watching you very intently, but not rudely. And you also notice that all the tables where everything is laid out here are kind of low. And all those suits of armor and swords are kind of not for your size. Matter of fact, it almost seems like this is exclusively for halflings.
I'll handle this, guys. Pardon me. You must be the owners of this fine establishment.
He speaks.
I was looking.
He speaks to you in a halfling, and he says, "Welcome."
Oh, well then I start speaking back in halfling. I was curious. There's an item I'd like to procure called the Ring of Mind Shielding. I was wondering if you have one in stock.
He says, "No, but I do know of this item. I don't know if the city has one or not, but I've heard of it before in halfling."
I'm interested. Do you happen to know where I might find one?
He's not quite sure. He thinks that the maybe if we go, let me look at my map real quick, if you guys don't mind. He thinks that if you headed up more toward the Mirlac Vale, particularly to Carador or something like that, you probably have better chances of finding something in the Eldrin held territories. He says maybe in Elisir, but probably you would pretty confident you could find something like that in Carador.
All right. Well, how about the Stone of Good Luck, the Luck Stone?
Oh, he goes over and he kind of digs through stuff in a little glass cabinet to the side of him, and he pulls one out. It's purple.
Yay! All right. How much for it?
What's the listed price?
1 second here.
I have this written down because I looked up all these before.
Actually, I do not have the Stone of Good Luck on my list here.
Yeah, just give me the listed price.
It's on that the same magic items thing. It's 4.2k is what it's listed as.
So 4,000 gold.
200, yeah, 4,200.
Oh, 4,200. All right. So he gives you a price that is 10% cheaper.
Oh,
so
really?
3,800.
It's because
I'm a half.
You're one of them. Yep.
He says, "Oh, that's 3,800 gold."
You know, I'm not gonna haggle with him because I like the cut of his jib. Yeah, I'll do that. I'll do 3,800. Pleasure
Now,
doing business.
hold on a second. Let me. I get you. Now, okay, I'll let it go. All right, go ahead.
Okay. So I give him the 3,800 for the item.
And he's very happy. He takes it and he puts it in a nice little silk bag, actually, and he hands it across the counter to you. And he says, "Very good business very good doing business with you." And he suggests that there is an inn here in this halfling held area that is called the let's see what we call it, Greener Pastures. And it would be a great place if you wish to stay as being a guest to the city, although your friends would have to find other accommodations. And all of this is in halfling, of course.
Oh, well, they're just my bodyguards, you know? I travel with them all over the place. They're just added security, you know? That's it. Nothing special.
Rules are the rules. Now, you know this is a bit weird. I mean, everyone here would think it's weird, but you even know it's weird. Halflings usually don't act like this. They're not segregationalists. That's not what they do. Matter of fact, halflings are best when they're mingling and intermixing with the other races. That's what halflings do.
Mm-hmm.
That's their power. That's their specialty. You've never seen this in your life. You've never seen halflings that are being aloof and separated themselves from others in a generality. And that's what you're getting here, because he's not being the halfling intonation that he's using. He has nothing but contempt for your fellows.
All right. I also want to ask him. Do you know a good place to sell some magical ingredients?
He said, "Well, you can sell it here."
All right. And I open up my big old portable hole, and
that stinks because there's got blood stuff in it.
It's full of archangel blood, and I take like a bucket full of just like blood, plop it on the counter. I'm like, this is the blood of an archangel.
He's like, really? And
of course,
now he starts getting into a more in-depth conversation with you about where you got it, and ooh, that's interesting, and I have no clue how much to charge for that, says the DM, and etc. So a very detailed conversation is taking place.
Yeah.
Interestingly enough,
I need to find a very. Oh, I also have the metal. I tell him about the armor too, the celestial armor it was wearing, and
that's shattered though.
I also, it's still in pieces, so like the metal is still metal.
The metal still has value. That's true. All right. Well, as you're making this conversation, and we're going to try to come to some understanding with that. Any of you guys want to do anything?
I'm just letting him do his thing because they're talking in halfling and I don't understand a word they're saying. And
No one has
obviously
come to speak
something
to you
weird's
either,
going
by
on.
the way.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to observe and I'm going to
All
be
right.
watching very closely.
I think Lacey and I will step outside the door, and we're just going to stay right outside and kind of look around and see if we noticed anything peculiar as far as.
Well, give me a perception check.
Cool. Yeah.
Lacey sees nothing because all she can see is that tight ass.
Damn.
Wow.
23.
23. I don't know, dude. Give me a second. Oh, you are so damn lucky. You see Pinder is in an alleyway trying to hide, and he's actually probably hiding quite well, but I rolled a 2. So and you see he's watching you.
Oh crap. So I hint to Lacey that the halfling that we ran into earlier is currently watching us, and I stay outside, but I kind of like nudge her to go tell everybody else that's inside that we're still being followed by this shisty little person.
And she does.
The same one that attacked me?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh, by the
Okay.
way, I would like a quick question for the party. Did anybody here suggest to Lacey to take off her her regalia, or is that just left to be?
I didn't say anything.
All
For
right.
regalia.
I didn't either.
Okay.
Her armor.
Oh.
Well, she is a
No,
noble, dude.
she
She
still has
has
it. Yeah,
all
she
kind
still
of
has her.
noble signia on her, right?
Yeah. No. So
Oh,
she's
yeah,
still
yeah.
wearing it.
Yeah, why would she not?
I-
I mean, she got a ring on and everything. But she comes back in and she lets everybody inside know quietly what Baran has told her to relay.
Your
Now-
friend is back.
I'm sure Cornelius probably would have suggested her taking it off, but not for any tactical reason. So yeah.
Well, we'll just leave it as it is. No one thought of it before and such, but it doesn't necessarily matter. It just anyway. So I need to figure out what kind of price to give you on this, dude. I have no clue. See if
I'm
I
gonna
can
try and upsell it as much as I can.
Of
Up
course.
money.
This is the rarest.
Yeah, in Unearthed Arcana, there is a component section. It's a meta magic component section. So if you look in there, you might find it.
Well, do you see anything in there for say like Dragon's Blood to give me like a base or something?
I'm looking through it here. Where is it? Let's see here.
Now, as he looks for that and to give me a number, basically the conversation goes this way, GOP. He says he's definitely interested in the blood and the armor pieces, but he can't handle that level of transaction. So he would have to make some contacts, and they have to get back to him. So he suggests you come back in 3 days.
Okay,
right.
so $25, 25 gold a vial.
Jesus.
So a
And I've
vial is you got buckets of it.
No, he doesn't
and
have
this-
buckets. It's only one being. It's probably he has himself maybe but what he could collect. I'd say if he had a gallon, that would probably be a lot.
Okay, so I didn't take it out in a bucket. I probably had something it was already in then.
Yeah. Matter of fact, I would say it's probably 2 quarts. Let's make it 2 quarts. So that's probably about 20 vials is what you have. 20
So-
vials worth.
A leader.
About 500 gold then.
Yeah, for
Well, I
a
would
dragon.
think-
Okay,
I mean,
thank you.
Yeah, but it's extra rare because it's an arcane.
It is. That's
so
going
how
to
I'm
up the
gonna sell it.
price by a lot. Yeah. Okay, I get it. Thank you. So that's what he tells you. Your conversation is done. What are you guys going to do now?
I'm gonna go back to the human town.
Yeah, you're part of the town.
I want to remind my little friend that he promised me a percentage. And
Oh,
snap!
Ooh.
I did. Oh, yeah, that's
so
right. I think I did, right? Did I?
I
I don't know. My
think,
memory.
I think we agreed upon since you did all the collecting, 10%.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That's I
I
okay.
think you should, I don't think it would be out of line if you made a donation to Corlane, considering that he's the one who killed it.
Uh-oh.
Well, I
Amen,
mean,
brother. Amen.
didn't really
Yes.
ask for anything.
All praise in
like,
Corlane's name.
it's
Just a small donation. 10%, I think, would be fine. What do you think? 25? No, $50.
Well,
$50.
a tithe is 10%,
Yes.
just a tithe.
Guess I can. I'm
You
like-
wouldn't want to anger the god who wasted
I'm-
our
Clenched up right
Poor
now.
halfling.
It's like,
Yeah. After all, you literally stood in his presence.
I did.
So he knows you quite intimately.
Uh-oh.
Well, I mean, not intimately enough, obviously.
Yes.
It's
That's
equal.
right.
Anyway,
All right, guys, what are you doing?
I'm
Let's
looking.
find some lodging.
Yeah,
That's
but
what
I'm
I was
actually trying to figure out what are the rules for setting traps. And so far, I cannot find anything on setting traps. It's like
Well,
it's not built in.
tell me what you want to do.
Well, I'm
Yeah.
trying to, we got this guy that's following us around and stuff. I kind of want to do something which will limit his movement, like damage his legs or something. Just something to limit his movement, so we can at least
Caltrops or something like that.
Okay,
Would be
now,
what you would do.
if
have a
it
chest.
was in a combat situation, the Caltrus will come into play. You can't do anything here on the street without him seeing
Mhm.
you do it, one, and other
Mhm.
people asking what the hell you're doing. And so really the only kind of place that traps are going to come into play is if you set up some kind of specific ambush in a specific place, or say in your room, or a specific alleyway. But it's something that takes time. It's not an instantaneous thing.
Yeah.
oh hey everybody! They told
Mm.
the guy behind the shop counter told me of this really interesting, a really cool tavern. It sounds really nice. Unfortunately, they won't let you guys in. It's it's one of those elite sort of things. I don't know. It wasn't my decision. But that's cool. They really like me here, so that's a plus.
Oh, that is. That's wonderful. I'm glad they like you. I didn't realize
Mhm.
halflings were so inhospitable. I always heard that they were kinder, more
Quite
open.
warm and very friendly. It's odd, don't you think?
And yeah, especially our buddy who keeps following us. He's definitely
it's
uninviting.
very surprising to me too. I mean, most of the halflings that I know are the most hospitable people out there. But this is really strange for me. But I'm gonna go.
What do we want to do with this person?
Maybe Corny can go talk to him.
Well, I don't think he's going to be honest, regardless of what happens. But we could try to find a quiet spot and deal with him. But it would be I can tell you right now, it's not going to be easy if we do something like that. So,
well, the other thing is we'll have the whole town after us if it's run.
That's a very good point. So, what do we want to do?
This seems to be the halfling town run by the halfling mafia.
Corny,
Hey,
I don't want you to run off by yourself. You have merchandise of mine.
if only there was a way I could sneak you guys into my room and we could all just.
Or we could just go somewhere where we can all,
lodge
without having to worry about that.
There are plenty of large lodgings in the main marketplace area.
Right.
Alright.
Do you want to go talk to this man? No, Cornelius.
What's up?
Pindeer, the wet.
Pindeer the wet. He's still following us. Do you want to talk to him?
No, I think he's just seems maybe curious. Maybe he's a fan and he's shy. I don't know.
I don't think
I'm-
so. I think he has
I'm a
some
very
various
famous
problems,
bard,
but-
So
Well, whatever the case, let's get going.
Do we know his name though? Did he actually say his name?
No.
This is
Okay.
No, you don't
So
know
we
his name.
just
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway, you head back into the main marketplace area, and of course, I already described it. There are several lodgings here. This is a port town, and it does quite a bit of trade. Like I said, there's a whole section off the map for storage and those kind of things. So this place is built and set up for trade. So there's plenty of lodging for visitors and stuff. And of course, you see many visitors milling around.
What if we use out of Lacey's influence and we report to the capital about what is going on in Moray?
Absolutely, you most certainly can do that.
Oh, that's a good idea.
That's a plan. I would like to find out a little bit about this Governor Patrick, because if he's a halfling and his temperament is like the rest, this could actually be a bad thing.
Well, let's do it. Everyone cool with that?
Yep.
Or in agreement?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, sounds good to me. Maybe I should just do the talking again.
No.
So
let's go see what the situation is first.
Okay.
We want to see Pat, the mayor, or the town master.
Right. Now, you guys would have to go beyond the marketplace to do that, of course. Now, you see a bridge is going into to the east. There's a couple of bridges that is much more of a military type of setup. It's there are some other things over here. It's not locked down per se. Well, certain areas are, but this is kind of with the area for the military of the town, and you. There's an area on the other side here which you guys really can't see, but you do know to the north there seems to be some kind of area across the bridges. If you see where I'm pointing here, so you would have to head one or the other direction to try to contact any kind of authority.
Well, we could simply ask someone passing by, just kind of where the rulership of the town is located.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So,
and hold on a second. I have to go. I'll be back in a second. You guys talk amongst yourselves and entertain the listeners, please.
Okay.
but what a great place this is.
When are we going to get to kill something? Because I'm getting a little.
Well, you could try and kill that guy. You shoot a fireball on him.
Well, like I said, we've got our little bloody assassin following us. We could try to kill him.
Well,
You know, it is funny that you're saying, when are we going to kill someone in character?
I have a nice idea.
It's like,
how about I use a cantrip and pinch him on the bum with the magic hand?
I can do that. That might not be the best idea. I feel like I can make some nice gold if I perform it at
Maybe goose him? Maybe that'll make him happy.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I mean, whatever you're into.
Well,
I'm into anything.
You want to do a little performance in the plaza?
Well, I think we should do the performance when we get in the tavern. I think that'd probably be the best time.
Well, you want to work the crowd and steal some purses, I suspect.
Well, you know what? I'd never admit to that.
You little scamp.
So
when we do find where the governor is, are we going to just try to have Lacey get us entrance?
Have Lacey just punch him in the face and figure it out.
No. We'll let them know that we're an envoy, refugees from Moray, that Moray has fallen. And that the forces of the corrupt Sylvanus are overrunning
spoil
the Moonshae Isles.
Perhaps not say that we are refugees, but that we are a duly licensed attaché from the Jarl. Since that's actually true, but the Jarl is no longer in charge, but they don't know that. They don't have to know that.
We don't know that they don't know that. But it probably presents us in the best of light. I agree.
Or just say Coraline sent us. Just say, a god sent us,
Oh, that'll go over really well here.
What's that halfling's god? Bilbo?
The elven god.
My god is, what did I pick? I haven't.
Is an awesome god he reigns. Excuse me.
Is it Ayun? I forget exactly. It was Who's like the god of bards? I forget now. I had it.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh,
I-
Ogma. I think it's Ogma.
Ogma, yeah.
Yeah, no, Ogma's the god I follow, and I don't really I don't really observe too much, but I'm every once in a while if I'm like about to die, then I might do a prayer or something.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay, so duly appointed envoys of the Jarl Jorgensen.
hmm
Okay.
And I
But-
can always if worst comes to worst, I can always make something that makes me look like a noble. Like all the details and stuff. Official enough to where it will pass.
Corny.
What?
It's
just
not.
a suggestion.
We're a team. We're a team. It's not the corny show.
Well, I'm sorry. It's just an idea.
Oh wait, sorry.
Okay, what
If
are you
it's-
guys
if it's a
doing now?
halfling ruler?
Are you plotting?
No.
We're
Yeah.
plotting. We're doing so much plotting.
Oh my
So
God.
much against the DM.
I do
That's all
apologize,
good.
guys.
I just
Okay,
wondered
so
if mischief-
if it's human, we'll have Lacey lead
Mhm.
with
Smart.
with Adderall, and then if it's a halfling ruler, I guess Corny will present Lacey.
Okay, so you guys just kind of ask some random vendor on the street, is what you said, right? And you ask, where's the authority here? And the general idea is the island to the north is where the citadel and the governor is. And you get a full name now. His name is Governor Pandel Patrick. But they say that there's a temple to the north. It's a polytheistic temple, of course, but it's mainly to Corellon, as would be expected in this area. And of course, to the east, you can find the Master of Arms. His office is sitting right in the center.
Well, we can make that donation to Coraline right along the way there.
All
Well,
right.
I didn't get the money yet, so there's that.
So,
It's okay.
do you wish? So basically, would you like to make a clerical introduction or a military introduction?
Clerical. So
All right.
we'll start. Is that cool, guys?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, sounds
Guess
good to me.
so.
All right, so you head across the bridges here, the north. As you guys can see it sitting right here. Either one wouldn't matter. You come across, you see this area up here is a little bit more, it's more suburban in a way. It's mainly houses. There's a few little shops and stuff, but there's a lot of, it's a mixed group of people moving around. You don't see as many halflings here as you did down the southern part. But as you head to the temple, there's a big, beautiful temple complex. It's quite impressive, actually. This might well be one of the bigger temples you've ever seen, especially for those of you who are not from either the mainland or Sarifal itself. Now, of course, our cleric and the monk have been to Carador, which nothing is going to compare on this planet to the temple to Corellon there. But it is a very impressive complex. And although that Corellon is the main god being venerated here, all gods are venerated here, all of them. And there's little statue pockets and little teeny shrines and stuff all over the place. This is, kind of it's quite common to see that in Toril, general acceptance of all the gods. Because do keep in mind, the Forgotten Realms isn't like some of these other campaign settings. It's much more similar to the original Mystara. In the fact that the immortals take part in what humans do quite directly, as we know, it seems that all the gods are walking upon a Toriel as we speak. This is common. It's a beautiful complex. There's a lot of alabaster been used here, etc., etc. Now you see, of course, many priests of different races and different species as well. What do you want to do?
Would we have any contacts here or know anyone by reputation from our monastery or from
Oh,
our group?
probably not. Yeah, and a matter of fact, the actual grand scale of this temple, it seems a bit odd to, it's particularly the cleric. This is kind of a very small trade town, and they obviously have a lot of relationship with the mainland here. You wouldn't have expected to see such an impressive complex, actually.
Hmm. Well,
And you
Let's
also
try
see
and
these
find a.
gigantic gardens out to the north of it as well.
mhm.
So I'm
I
waiting.
will. What do I want to ask them, guys? Everyone.
Well, I
What
think
is
we want to
going
get.
on in this town? I want to
Yeah.
know why everyone is acting so strange.
So we want to see if we can get some kind of audience with the governor ultimately, though, right?
Right, but we also want to
Seems
get
like-
progress on our quest to.
Mm-hmm.
And do keep in mind, Lacey is extremely useful in this manner.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. All right. I'll walk up. I'll look for the who would be in charge of the temple? It'd be like a bishop, wouldn't it?
Probably, yeah.
Okay.
This you wouldn't imagine that Kings Bay would warrant a cardinal or whatever the
Um,
version
I
of that
will.
is called.
A hierarch, or what
Right.
are we talking about?
Well,
I will.
I'm just
Oh, go
using the
ahead.
Catholic terminology because it's easier. I'm sure
Yeah.
if I were really to delve in, they probably used other like a hierophant or some kind of nonsense like that. But we'll just stick with the Catholic stuff because it's recognizable. A bishop is a person who would be generally in charge of some kind of church or something like that. And lower levels in little teeny places or out in the woods, of course. A cardinal is like a general upwards, like as if being a general of the religion. They're very, very high level, and of course the only thing above that would be whatever the pope character would be
The
called, right?
pontiff.
Yeah, the pontiff. Yeah.
Okay.
Or
Well, I
archcardinal.
will approach. I will look for the proper robes, and I will approach the bishop of this temple.
All right. Well, you walk around for a while, which is not unpleasant. This is a beautiful temple complex. It's very
Mhm.
peaceful. Many people going about their little daily prayers, priests doing what they things, scurrying about left and right. And as you move closer into the nave of this building, you see there's a small little ceremony being held for. You can tell, Aradel, that someone has died and they probably were young, and they're having one of those kind of ceremonies, and it's just finishing, and you see the cardinal is in full regalia. He has all his proper robes for that ceremony. So not the cardinal, excuse me, a bishop,
The
and
bishop.
he is it obviously was important enough to warrant his attention. But he's finished with that, and he kind of has just finished bowing and having little conversations with those people as they mournfully begin to follow the urn as it's being taken by lower priest out into the garden to the north, and he is starting to walk across the nave to the south.
I will catch up to him and excuse me, bishop.
I'll follow.
Okay,
Um,
and he sees you, and he's cleric. It is nice to make your acquaintance. He says my name is Beardar.
okay, give me 1 second to type that down. How do you spell that?
I'm spelling it as I write it. Beardar, Bardar.
DAR. Okay.
Or BAE, I
Thank
guess. It's probably BAER. Yeah, wouldn't it? Yeah, it'd be the Nordic spelling. Okay. All right. But he says, pleasure to make your acquaintance, good cleric.
Yours as well. Blessings of calling upon you.
Now, this is an elf,
Father.
by the way. Are you
Okay.
speaking in English, in Common, or in Elven?
If he's an elf, I'll talk to him in Elvish.
Yeah. Now he was speaking in Common as he would. I mean, he's a priest. He's going to be very open. But you speak to him in Elven, and he switches over to Elven immediately. Go ahead.
Um, We have our party have just come here, having escaped from Moray. I
Oh
don't know if
dear.
you're aware of what's happening there,
We have
but
been getting news. It sounds quite bad.
it is far worse than we believe. I actually have a story to tell you. It might be hard to believe, but we are actually here on Coraline's will at his direct orders.
He looks at you sternly at first. He makes a roll,
Mhm.
and he
I do
rolls
not
very
report.
high. So, are you lying?
Nope.
Okay. So he's like, so you have his attention.
That's it's a story for another time, but we are out of sorts. We are. I'll be completely honest. I'm out of my depth here. We are not quite sure what our next move should be, and would very much like to entreat the help of the church. And I will invoke Shelter of the Faithful from my acolyte background.
Hmm. No problem. It is automatically granted.
Mhm. And
He says, "Will he looks across your shoulder and sees your party standing in the back. The monk, of course, is right next to you. But and he says, "Shall you need shelter for your entire party?"
yes, please, at least for the short term. But more than anything, we need information. And this is a we've seen some very strange things in this city. Is there a place we could talk privately where we could perhaps be more open?
Candid.
He looks across and he sees Lacey. He says, "Is she from Moray?"
She is.
Yes.
She is the y'all's daughter.
Poor dear. Well, come with me. Come with me. And he waves over the rest of the party, and you guys follow him. And he goes out of the temple to the north, and you see there's a bunch of buildings up here in this beautiful garden forest set up here. And you guys travel way to the far east of it. Now, of course, this is a town. It takes you, 10 minutes, I guess, maybe less, probably less, like 5, 7 minutes. And you just go along, and as he's moving, you see out of the temple, you see several lower level priests immediately attend him. He doesn't say anything to them, just following along. And you head to the east, and there are a series of beautiful buildings. And you're led into one. And he says, "This is one of our cloisters that we use for visiting priests. Hasn't been used in quite a while. You're welcome to these accommodations. Please make yourself feel comfortable." He's speaking to the entire group, and he says, "This is young Nate." And one of the priests comes up, and he says
Greetings,
he
young
will.
Nate.
He bows to you, and he says he will take care of any of your accommodations. And then he, of course, goes back his attention to the cleric, and he asks for the young noble to join. And he sits down at a stone table that's sitting at the front of the entrance, and he's eager to hear your story.
Okay. I will tell him the entire story about the mission that we were put on by the Jarl and the what happened with the angel and everything. I'll be completely honest and open
Okay,
with him.
Lacey, give me a perception check. Not Lacey, Laz, give me a perception check, please.
One moment.
Because you're not sitting with them, right? You're standing aside, but I'm assuming you're paying attention. This is the most important thing going on here. So,
21.
okay.
Ooh.
You notice that in his pocket, his left pocket, as he's talking, there seems to be some glowing object in there. You can't see the object. You can't, but if you, because you don't have that spell, but there's some kind of magic that is going on during this conversation.
I relayed that to Corny.
Corny?
As I probably wouldn't be in that circle either. Oh, that's interesting. It's got a little glow there.
What do you think it might be?
I don't know. I
Do you
don't
have
know.
any
These
way of
religious
finding
types are way beyond me.
Do you have any way of finding out?
I don't believe I have any spells
Lacey does.
that can. Lacey does, but she's part of the
Is
circle.
it?
She is.
Yeah. You don't have sending or anything, do you?
I
Oh, the
do
bard
not.
might.
That's why I was
Well, I
asking.
could get it, but I don't have it currently.
I see.
Oh, you don't know. I gotcha. Well, darn.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. The conversation continues on. You explain everything to him. He's listening very intently. And when the conversation is finished, you notice that he just kind of touches. You guys are paying attention to him now. Those of you standing away from the table, he just touches the pocket, the top of the pocket, where that glowing thing is, and it stopped glowing.
I look at it and I say, mask. What is that?
You don't see anything, dude. This is out of your vision. You're
Yeah.
you're sitting down at the
Okay,
table
I
with
thought-
him.
I
You're
thought-
unaware. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought when you say touch this pocket, I thought it was like in front of us. Okay.
Well, yeah, but it's a nonchalant thing. Yeah, you guys aren't aware
Okay,
of anything that's going on with that. But anyway, after he's done, after you're done speaking, he says, this is interesting. He says, and he's quite honest with you. Well, he's open and he doesn't seem to have any hesitation, oddly enough. You just met him after all. But he says, we have been getting a lot of information that the gods are walking not only here in the Moonshae, but also on Faerun as well. We don't know of beyond that, but there is something going on. It's very interesting. You tell me Sylvanas has gone insane and the gods are thinking of doing something that does not bode well. Sylvanas is extremely powerful. But Coraline being involved, of course, makes me have confidence. Praise be his name, or whatever. And he says, "Well, probably the best thing for you to do is for me to take you and introduce you to the governor." And because he would be very interested into knowing what's going on with that kind of stuff, and he tells you that we're having a bit of trouble here in Kings Bay. Because, as you know, the Eldrin have taken complete control of Sarifal, but we're kind of distant away from their center of power, so they don't really come over here themselves to deal with us very often. What they do is use agents, and unfortunately, they've used some manner of gang or roguish crew of halflings are under their employ and have been sent here to keep an eye on things, I guess. And they have been nothing but trouble. We've been able to keep them somewhat isolated to the south, but it's kind of hard here. It's hard to keep their more stealthy members out of anywhere around here. But they have not only are obviously the eyes and ears of the Eldrin, but they're also very happy to rob and fleece anyone they can for anything that they have of value. They're a major problem, and to be fair, the governor is at wit's end to know what to do with the halflings. And it's of course not. It's not a good thing that you have a halfling with you. Just to be honest.
Well, Cornelius is as much as I would tease him about it. He's actually proved himself to be quite loyal and resourceful. I wouldn't necessarily lump him in with these ruffians. I believe we ran into one of them, and I actually I'm obviously my arm is healed, but I just kind of like move my arm a little bit, just instinctively. And I described the one that I was talking, the one that attacked us.
Was he dripping?
Yes.
Pindir.
Quite a bit.
Yes, I'm well aware of him. He is one of their top assassins, it seems. Be wary of him. He is dangerous.
No, I believe so.
He has been following us all day.
I guarantee you he is not here.
No, but he was following us not too long ago. Is the problem? Well, obviously I'll get more from the governor when we speak. But is part of the problem that they can't be found?
Oh no, well, some of them that would be true. We don't know where their main den is. Although many of them just work openly and operate in the fresh air, as it were. Because we're in a bit of a conundrum. We have the forces we could simply push them out of the city. We could do that, but that's not the solution because if we do something to remove this clan, we don't even know who they are. We just know that from the various evidence we've got that they have been sent by the Eldrin. So if we do push them out, well, that means that the Eldrin just come in force and deal with us. And of course, we saw this happen recently. A lot of resistance is becoming to the north, and I forget the name of that city, Borath. And
Sure.
they have news is coming down that they are being punished for it. So it's a bit of a conundrum.
Truly is. Well, nothing we can do about it, unfortunately.
We can, when we speak with the governor, perhaps we can come up with some kind of a method of dealing with him. In exchange for the hospitality that you've obviously given us and for introducing us to the governor to help us figure out where our core language is supposed to go next.
He says, indeed, give me a day and I will arrange an appointment for you.
Thank you.
All right. Well, unless you guys have anything else to say to the bishop himself, he's going to go back and to his duties and such.
I bow to. I give him, the usual respect and let him go.
All right. And he just walks away, and three of the attendants leave with him. But young Nate is stayed behind, and he's standing at attention, ready to serve you in any way. Well, I shouldn't say that. He's willing to serve you
This
in the right way.
We're going to get all our information from.
So young Nate, could you just tell us about the funeral that we just watched?
Oh, he says that was a noble family in the northern quarter, and their young daughter died from an illness.
Is this illness? Is this a random incident, or is it something that's been going on for a while?
No, it's just the things that happen. Life.
Okay.
God's will is mysterious.
Oh, yeah. Try talking to him once in a while. It's yeah. Anyway, so what can you tell us about these? So go ahead.
I beckon to our young Lacey, and I whisper in her ear.
Mm-hmm.
The bishop had a object within his robes.
I can barely hear you, dude.
The bishop had an object within his robes. Did you notice?
No, she didn't. I didn't take that bait, GOP. I didn't take it.
An object that glowed. I believe it was magical. I don't know what he was using it for, but it was during the conversation.
Do you explain that he went and touched it afterward? Do you explain that to her?
Yes.
She says, "Oh, I don't know. It could have been a truth orb."
Possibly. I know not of these people, and so I'm untrustworthy of most of whom I encounter as of yet.
She said that she didn't get a feel of any evil magic off of him.
Well, that was good. Keep it in mind the next time we encounter him.
She nods.
So I'll actually share with everybody what he said about the what's this halfling group called? Or they don't even know.
They don't even know. They just know that they've been sent by the Eldrin to keep an eye on things here.
Well, and if they're a bunch of cutthroats,
they are.
Their backstory could be a lie too. They may not be sent from the Eldrin. They may just be saying that to intimidate those people.
It's possible.
Yeah, but I'm not opposed to offering to help try to deal with them in exchange for the governor's assistance in what we plan to do next.
Mm-hmm.
Well, not only that, just to free these people from these ruffians would be a noble goal.
So everybody, for no particular reason, while we're in this town, I'd like for you all to refer to me as Giorgio Goldenberg. All right? No reason. Just if you could call me that and not call me by my name, I'd appreciate it.
Gorny tip.
Sure.
Why
Sure,
Cornelius?
Corny.
Lacey says.
Oh, well, we have somebody following us, and I don't know why he's after us. And I'm used to, it's fun to have fun little names and not your own. It's just a silly game. But I
So-
would appreciate it if we did that.
I'm gonna roll for insight to see.
I don't
Yeah,
think
I
you need
I
to
was just
roll,
gonna say,
but go
Roll
ahead.
for deception.
Let
me roll for.
Okay, I rolled a 20.
A nat 20.
Well,
No.
for insight,
No.
I rolled a 26.
Oh, wait, you might have actually got me. Yeah, I got a 22.
Wow. Lacey says, no problem, Cornelius Goldtip.
Mhm. Cornelius Goldtip. Hmm.
She got it wrong. She got it a
How
little
do
bit
you come
wrong.
up with them? Mhm.
Yeah,
It's
but
okay.
for those who
She'll
rolled
get the
properly,
story
yes, I am totally lying about my reasoning.
Of course.
I didn't even ask, dude. I'm
Right.
like it's like breathing with you.
Yeah,
So-
pretty much.
So, but just to also, I would just say, hey, Baran, would you mind scouting a little bit just to see if our friends they may not be over the wall, but they may be observing us from afar. Maybe we can see if
Mhm.
anyone's
Right on.
watching us now.
Yep.
Well, we've been given this this place to stay for the time being, and we will be introduced to the governor tomorrow.
So you guys kind of rest up and get your land legs back, I would say. And young Nate will accommodate you in any normal way, as you would as
Well-
being guests. These are very
Normal
nice
way?
accommodations. There's
Young
good
Nate.
food put on the table. Go ahead, Bill.
Sorry. I was just saying, young Nate, we'd like if you could send a message to Captain Redmayne that we are staying here until we speak with the governor.
Certainly.
And thank you.
So that message is sent, and like I said, the combinations are very nice. The food is it's not like elite, but it's pretty good food. Fresh vegetables, fruit, excuse me, and a little bit of meat, some bread and cheeses. There's some ale as well that's kind of on tap in this place, or has just been put on tap. So there is, there's plenty to eat and an easy place to relax. Now, as the night approaches and your warm, nice, well-made beds call to you, do you guys just take the rest of the night, or do you, and I mean that, take the rest of the night, or does anyone do any kind of night watch?
So-
We're on the night watch.
Yeah,
Maybe-
that guy around. I don't care what the bishop said. I want eyes.
All right. So who's on
Should we not
first, and
reckon-
who's on second, and who's on third?
I don't know. Third base. Yeah, I'll go third.
All right.
I'll
Who's
take the
second?
first.
You take first. Who's second?
I guess Brand's second.
All right, fine. So you guys do your, you get yourselves ready. You go to bed, and it is very comfortable. And Baran, while you're standing watch, how are you doing that? Explain how you're standing watch.
It's not so much standing watch as much as every like few, I would say like half an hour or so. Like I kind of do a quick, kind of walk outside the room, look at the hallways, see if I notice anything crazy, look outside the window, maybe crawl. I don't know are we on like a second floor?
There
Or
is a second floor, and most of the beds are. It's actually more like a loft space, but yeah.
Okay. And I'm just constantly on alert,
All
trying
right.
to look to see.
So
if
you don't
things
you don't go
fishy.
outside. You stay inside. All right.
Yeah, well, I try to stay close to the people.
Now, when you're peering out windows and stuff like that, are you doing it stealthily, or are you just kind of looking out windows?
No, I'm doing stealthily because I don't want.
Give me a roll,
see.
please.
That is a 16.
Okay. So not very stealthy. So as you're walking around doing your rounds, and you're about to get back over to the window, one of the windows you've been looking out, give me a perception check, please.
All of us?
No.
Yep.
We're
Notice
asleep.
him. Chester, when just one thing, when I'm actually resting, I'm actually in reverie. So I'm not actually asleep. I'm just doing the elf thing, and I'm fully aware of my surroundings.
Well, that's
21.
fine. I get you. Yeah.
21.
Yeah. No. All right. So you need to give me an initiative, sir.
Oh,
Oh,
you suck.
No, he saw. That's why he gets initiative. I rolled
Ah,
pretty low.
crap. That
That's
is what is
Oh,
that? That's 9.
two.
9 initiative.
Okay. Oh, really? A 9? I actually
Yeah.
beat you by 1. Okay.
Ugh.
As you're going out, you see out of the corner of your eye a shadowy figure coming out from the room you're in, by the way. Although you do see it, you excuse me, you do not. You don't have time to react as it goes first. So, what's your armor class, please?
16.
Okay. You try to react, but you can't do it quick enough, and a dagger enters your left side of your body with searing
Ooh.
pain. All right. You take 5 points of damage, and give me a Constitution roll. Oh, excuse me, not 5. I do apologize. Make that 17 points of damage. I apologize. That was my mistake.
Suck.
Well, it's a backstab, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And did you
Who
make your
got this
con
around?
Okay, Constitution. Let's see. That's
Yeah.
19, 22.
Okay, excellent. You feel kind of like what Adro must have felt. So you're going to take half of this. Oof, that's not good. You take 13 more points of damage from poison damage.
Son of a.
What?
That's 30 points. You're still up, though, I know.
Yeah, I'm still up, but I am hurt.
Yes, you
badly.
are. You're hurt very badly. You now can see you have a small cloaked figure standing in front of you, and of course you can take your attack. But what you see as you kind of spin around and get yourself to make your attack, you see several other small beings moving toward the beds of your allies.
Yeah,
I
no,
just
no.
I yell. I yell as loud as I can, like an alarm. I
Right.
yell so hard that I throw up because I'm bleeding, and it's just
All right.
bad.
So
Should I do damage with my throw up?
now I'm going to let you do your attack here momentarily, Baran. But the rest of you guys, except for Adderil, you stand to attention and are ready. There's a halfling coming right at you, by the way. The rest of you
Okay.
guys, give me perception checks, please.
As you wake and rub the sleep in your eye, go, huh, what?
20 with proficiency.
Okay. You only need more than a 12, so it's not a very difficult roll.
Oh,
Bill?
12.
Oh, okay. And GOP?
Sorry. I need to roll. What now?
Just roll a perception and get a 12 or more. It's not hard.
Okay. Oh yeah, no, I definitely beat it. That's 18.
Okay, good. So all of you guys, you lose a round, but you'll be able to get into the fight very quickly. Now, let me go back to Baran and allow you to do your thing. Go ahead and make your attack, please.
I am going to. I don't know if. Okay, so I know there's a thing that if half of your points, half of your damage, you get something happens. Like if they do in one turn more than half of your hit points, what happens?
I'm going to get to that after you make your panic strike back.
Yep, my panic strike back, which is going to be a maneuver. Try to maneuver around him.
No, this is a half action. You take a swing.
Oh.
That's all you get to
okay.
do.
So I have a
Yeah.
swing. All right. That's just go for it. Oh, come on. See, 17 to hit.
You hit.
Cool. And I'm using my rapier, so that's 2d6 and a d4. Oh. All right, I do. That's it. 9.
Okay. So
damage.
yeah, you definitely hurt the this halfling, and it kind of takes a half step back. So let me put that as 9 here. Okay, and then let's come to initiative, everybody. Now, of course, everybody except for Adderall are going to lose a half round, but let me have initiatives anyway, please. And this is a brand new initiative, so that includes you as well, Baron.
That's an 8 for me.
Okay.
This is with a 20, correct? Again,
10.
with a
Initiative.
20,
This is a D10
D10.
initiative.
Yeah, D10.
Okay, 4.
You got to add pluses to that, I'm sure. Dexterity.
Oh, it's, 7. Sorry.
Okay.
16.
12.
All right.
And a
Is
15.
anybody below an 8? No.
7. 7.
Okay, so just you.
Jim.
Okay. All right. So it's to this half round, which is happening at the same time as he's yelling. So we'll get to him next. But I'm going to do attack on all you except for Adderall. Adderall, you have initiative. So what do you want to do? This is a half round, so you get a single action.
Okay, how many of them are in this room right
There's
now?
one coming at you.
I can't see any other ones. Just him.
Nope.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. See how long does it stay up? I will cast Spiritual Guardians. And that's my action. So is he within 10? Is he within 15 feet of me?
Oh, most certainly. He's more like in 7 feet of you.
Okay, so then he automatically takes the 3d8 radiant damage.
Is that savable?
Let me see here. Yeah, wisdom of 16.
So a 16 saving throw?
Yeah.
He fails.
Okay. So let me get my d8s out here. Okay, so 8, 12. Wow. Okay. He takes 20 points of radiant damage.
Okay.
And for my bonus action, I will cast Spiritual Weapon at second level. Actually, let me mark that off. And then Spiritual Weapon. And
that's a strike.
The giant strike. The giant spiked mace appears over his head and swings down and hits him right in the face.
How much damage? Well, you got to hit him first.
Yeah, we'll hit him first. Yeah. All right. That's cocked. That's not good.
What's your number?
14.
Okay, you miss with it. All right. So, but he's badly hurt by the damage that he just took. He's not happy whatsoever, or she. You can't tell. You just see a small figure. Now I got the other 3 to deal with, plus Lacey. So,
actually, Chester.
Yeah.
Forget the spiritual weapon because the spirit guardians are concentration, so that doesn't happen.
I see. Okay. All right. So let me come over here. Bill, what's your armor class? Now, I'm assuming you guys are not dressed in full armor, and it doesn't matter for Bill anyway. But I'm assuming everyone's not in full armor in bed. I'm taking that assumption. But Bill, it doesn't matter for Bill. What's your AC, dude?
No, my AC's 18.
Ooh, I missed you. Okay. But you're woken up. You've gotten yourself to attention best you can as you're trying to wipe that sleep out of your head. And you have a little dude swinging a knife at you, and you're able to just step out of the way of it. Coming over to Lacey. Damn it, I miss Lacey too. Jesus, I'm gonna use another dice. Okay, this one. All right. So let me see who's next. Slick.
It's like when the dealer changes decks. That's not good.
Hey, there you go. I finally got a hit. All right, Slick. Well, tell me your armor class anyway, but I'm sure it's not 22.
Well, I have an automatic thing from shield. It's a shield. It goes up +5 when I'm attacked and aware.
So what's your AC?
So 17 + 5, 20.
Damn it! I
22.
miss. All right. Let's see
And
here.
after somebody attacks me and my shield is
Nails your
activated,
magic shield.
it gives me full initiative now because I am fully aware.
Yeah, no, that's fine. But that's not happening yet. Let's see. So I've done everybody. I did. Baran is already in the fight. So everyone's caught up except for GOP. Now GOP, you snap from your or a corny. You snap from your bed and come up. There are 5 halflings sitting in front of you, and one of them is holding something you've never. Well, no. You have seen it before. It's some weird Kalimshan device. You've heard of it before. It's called a black powder weapon. You've heard of this thing before, being from the mainland. And it's pointing right at you, and they're speaking in Halfling. Come with us or die.
I'm going to cast Charm Person, and I'm also going to use Cutting Words with that.
Okay, now keep in mind this is a half action. Oh no, this is a no. Yeah, it is a half action.
Oh, it's a half action. So
Yeah.
what can I do exactly with that?
One thing.
Oh, so I don't have a reaction.
Yeah,
Oh, of course you
eject your
have a
poos to make
reaction.
it-
You do have
Okay,
a
well, that's
reaction.
what
You
I'm-
also
eject
get
your
bonus
poos to make it
actions.
lighter.
Huh? What are you saying?
I said eject your poop to make yourself lighter.
Right?
No.
Yes,
So Chester, you said we could do reactions and bonus actions in one.
you can, but don't sweat it,
Don't
dude.
go-
Let me just get into the initiative. Yeah.
No, you're
Okay.
cool. I just
Let
want to
me
make sure I heard you.
All right. I'm gonna do my thing. I am going to cast Greater Invisibility on myself, and yeah, I just turn invisible.
Okay. All right. I'm sorry, Bill. Did I take a swipe at you yet?
Yeah.
I did. Okay.
All right,
So
you did not take a swipe at me.
I'm sorry. What? Say that more clearly.
You didn't attack me.
I haven't done you yet. Yes, we did. Oh no, my attack on you. Yeah. I'm
No.
going to do. That's what I mean. Have I made attacks yet? So let me take my swipe at you. And no, I did take a swipe at you and I missed. Okay, it's a full initiative round. Now my guys are sitting on 12. So anybody above 12.
I have
I'm at 12
18.
as well.
I believe 8.
15.
And I know Slick was like
I
a
rolled
7
an
or
8.
something like that. All right, so let me
Yeah.
start at the top. 18.
Yes.
Okay, what are you going to do, Bill? Now it's a full round. You can do whatever you want to do.
Now, do whatever I want to do. Okay.
Yeah.
The one who just actually, I'll do my first move is I'll use the Rod of Might, the Lordly Might, to terrify all creatures within 30 feet of me that I can see.
Well, there's only one that can see you, so no problem.
There's only one I can see.
Yeah, this is in your bedroom, dude. There's one of them.
Oh,
It's okay though.
I was in my own room. Okay.
Yeah. What's the saving throw on it?
Well, I thought it was gonna be a group effect. That's why I wanted to use it.
Oh
I
no, it's
misunderstood
only going to
the
affect
scenario.
one. Yeah.
Well, no, then I'll just I'm gonna attack him. I'll do 6 hits on him.
Oh,
Try
okay.
and beat the pulp out of him.
All right. Got it.
Okay.
Leroy over here.
All right. So I got a 20. What do I need to hit, Chester?
16.
Okay, so I hit him once, twice, 3 times, 4 times.
A lady.
And we'll do. I'm using 1 key for flurry of blows, and one key for stunning strike for the hit. Okay, so I'll do damage. I guess this thing, I press 1 button. Is that an action to press a button to make this thing activate?
No, it's a free action. It's a free action. Now, it can be an action depending on what it does, but if it's just kind of releasing one of the weapons, it's not. No.
Yeah. Okay, so I'll just release the battle axe instead of the flame tongue. So I don't light the monastery on fire.
Well, this
I'll be the one member.
This is a domicile, but whatever.
Oh, the parish house or whatever.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
So it's a 1d8 plus 3 is the damage.
I'd be like, screw that, it's on fire.
Okay, so
burn it all down.
All right. Sorry.
Just give me a total damage, please.
Doing it.
Okay.
He takes 32 points of damage.
All right.
And is stunned for
no,
1
he's
round.
not. He's dead. You rattle him about the head and shoulders, and he's twitching on the ground in front of you, dying. Let's see. 18. Anybody else at 18? 17.
Yep.
16. 15.
Run.
Right.
All right. So, so we're all in our. I guess we're all in our own rooms. I didn't catch that.
Well, you're in the hallway because you were on watch, but everybody else is in their own room, of course. Yeah.
Okay. So, I'm super hurt. So if I use my clockwork amulet, what does take 10 do for me?
You can use that as a free action, and what it does, if you're making a skill check or something like that, and taking, instead of having to roll, which you could roll a 1, right? Taking 10 adds all your bonuses to it, which at your level should put you at least plus 3 to plus 7 on most things. And therefore you could just automatically pass something. In a combat situation, it is useless to you.
Okay. Can I use my Cloak of Elven to semi-disappear to disengage from the fight?
Well, it's an action to try to hide, but you have a full-on high-level rogue sitting in front of you. I would not advise it.
Yeah.
The thing is, like, there's no way I could fight this thing on my own, and I don't currently have health potions on me.
You have a full round to attack. You don't have the ability to put something down.
Yeah, you got a badass weapon, dude.
Do something, man.
I mean, you should be looking at least a couple of attacks right now, right?
I could do I could do a dual-wielding rapier attack.
Yeah.
Or I could use that longbow, but I don't think the longbow would help me very much right now.
Do like you did when you fought the monster, man. Hit him and then roll behind him.
Well, the thinking is, if he's a rogue as well, then that's going to be very difficult to do.
Not necessarily. Taking that action maneuver and getting in a better position and doing a backstab would probably be the smartest move for you.
All right, and that's exactly what I do. So I maneuver behind him.
All right, so give me your dexterity, please.
Go get him.
All right, dexterity plus that is 23.
Okay, no problem. So now make a backstab attack.
Oh, come on. Do I have any hold on.
Fate points or...
No, I don't have any fate points. All right.
What's your pluses? Because the weapon you have is pretty badass.
Yeah, you need a 16. That's what their armor class are.
No. Nope.
Yeah, you rolled a 2, dude. All right. Well, that sucks. 13.
So I got a good position for nothing.
12. That's me. Anybody
12.
with me?
Yep.
All right, you go first.
Okay. Actually, I'm going to. I know it's going to promote a attack of opportunity, but I'm going to move past him.
Okay.
into the hallway. I'm trying to get into the other room with everyone else.
This guy's pretty brutally hurt, dude.
Oh no, I know.
All right, I'll take my attack of
But,
opportunity. He misses.
Yep.
You have
Okay.
more than 10 armor class, right?
Yeah, right now I have 14.
Okay.
What I'm going to do as I'm walking past him, though, is that I'm going to crack him upside the head.
Well, so then take an action and then move past him. Don't bother with the move past, right? For thematics, okay, I get
Well,
you.
I thought we're already right next to each other. So if no matter what I do when I move, he's going to get his attack of opportunity.
Yeah, but you can just do your attack and then move past him. But thematically, I get what you're doing. You're kind of ignoring him as you move into the room to help your party. I get it. Go ahead and make your attack.
Yeah. Okay. That is a 23.
All right, that hit.
Okay, and that's 8, 11 points of damage.
All right. And as you're whacking him in the head as you go by, you notice that a short saber leashes out from his left hand at you, and he strikes you. He hits you with that saber.
Okay.
And you take 5 points of damage. No poison on the saber. And as you crack him in the head, he falls to the ground, unconscious. He's not actually dying. Meaning you hit him to 0 exactly. All right, so 12 for me across the board. So let's go back over to Bill. He's got 1 in front of him.
Real quick, with 35, 35 feet of movement, can I get into the other room?
Yeah, what other room? Which other room would you like to get into? Sure.
Whichever one is right next to the one where I'm at, so I don't know who would be there.
That'd probably be Bill.
The hallway, save me.
Bill, okay.
Yeah, now you do see as you're running into that bedroom, you see that Baran is in combat across the loft.
In combat, yeah, but I can't get to him.
No, you can't. Okay, but you come in.
I'm doing this specifically for a reason, because any enemy that starts their turn within 15 feet of me gets hit by the spiritual guardians.
No, I see, but this wouldn't apply right now because it's happening at the same time. But next round, absolutely. Okay.
No.
Yes, Bill.
Chester, you said I killed the guy, right?
Oh, that's right. You did kill the guy. I apologize. So you see the monk Francis is standing in front of a twitching halfling or halfling-sized body on the floor. Let's go next here. Let's see, Slick. You got one coming at you, and it's making an attack at you, and it hits you for sure. Unless you have what's your armor class? You do have +5 up right now.
It's 17 plus 5, so that's what I have right now.
Oh, so give me a total, dude. What's your total armor class?
22.
22.
Right
Okay,
now.
because is it +5 to 17 or is it 22? Okay, so it misses you. Oh no, actually it does still hit you. All right, so this thing is lashing out because it has a full round now. It's lashing out with you and a second weapon comes in. It hits as well. So we have this happening, and then we have this happening. So that's 11 plus, so 17 points of damage, and give me a con roll. It hits you with the dagger and the saber, and it slices you across your body. You take some fair damage, and give me a con roll, which is a d20.
Those daggers are poisonous.
Yes, they are.
17.
17. Okay,
Plus,
you save. So you take
plus
it does.
so
You
it's-
save, dude. You take half. Now, of course,
Okay.
these poisonous daggers only have 1 strike on them, obviously. So if you've already been poisoned, let me know. Don't let me roll it again on you.
Okay.
All right. So let's see. It's 10, 25. You take 12 points of damage.
Okay.
Okay. Moving down. I'll get to GOP in a minute. Coming over to Baran. So it's my attack, right?
Yep.
It got a total of 12. Your armor class certainly is above that.
Mhm.
Okay, and the second attack. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Did he crit?
He nat 20'd him, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yikes!
no!
It's minus 100 experience.
You take right. You take another 17 points of damage, dude.
Wow.
Oh, I am
Ow.
-5.
All right. So
Okay.
Baran is down again. It seems to be a pattern with him. And then let me come, and of course Lacey, which I didn't hit Lacey before, and I hit Lacey this time. So this does go into effect. And then the second attack on Lacey. Oh my God, I nat 20'd again. Uh-oh.
Oh no!
Oh no.
Put those dice away. Grab the other one.
Switch back to your other dice.
I rolled low-ish though.
Low-ish. All right.
I did roll low-ish.
Take,
Wait,
take
wait.
what we can get.
Aw. Dang it.
So, oof, that's a lot though. But she's the most robust in the party. She just took a wicked big hit, dude. But that only drops her by 30%. She's got the most health in the party, I think. She's sitting on 85 at undamaged. So, but she just took a wicked hit, and you hear her kind of cry out a little bit in her room. Then back to GOP. Now, I think I've covered everybody, right? All right. So let me
Yeah.
get rid of this and just kind of bring it up the full screen here. All right. So GOP, you went invisible. So on their round,
Yeah, great
with
ability.
you with that's fine. Now, does greater visibility do anything beyond the disadvantage and the negatives for them to try to hit you?
Well, it's similar to invisibility, but I can cast spells when I have it on.
I
It lasts
see.
for a minute.
Okay, I get you. I get you. It's very but they're this is. Let me just make some rolls here. I need basically a natural 20. I get one. I get two.
Oh,
Jesus Christ, you guys are in
You
trouble
got two
today.
nat 20s.
I'm not even done that
Wow.
yet, dude.
You got two
I did. Yeah,
20s.
I did.
Oh.
Okay. Now
Oh
you
my
guys
God.
here coming from Corny's room, you hear. You've never heard these sounds before. None
They
of you
just
know.
unloaded on him.
Yes, they did. Yeah.
Jeez.
Wait, did he? How many shots did he take against me?
There's
You're
5
about
of
to
them.
find
They
out.
each took one.
Oh, there's 5 of them in my room.
Yes, I told you.
Yeah,
There's
dude.
5 of them standing
Oh.
in front of you, and they're just kind of aiming where they think you would be, and 2 of them hit you. Oh no, I did hit you. Oh no, hold on a second, because I had disadvantage.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's what I was saying. You rolled 2 nat 20s
No,
on
you're
the
right.
same
No,
roll.
no,
That's
you're right.
crazy.
I one of them was a 17. Let me roll those disadvantages again. Okay, one of them, even with the minuses, it does hit you, but the other one doesn't. So
Okay.
only one shot hits you. Only one shot. Okay.
All right.
So you take 8 points of damage as one of these bullets grazes your left shoulder pretty deeply.
Okay.
I'm
I
glad I
said-
remembered that.
Points.
I guess I was just so excited to see the 20s. But
Mhm.
all right,
Sure you
coming
were.
down, 11,
Like
10?
I told you, man, eject your troops so you can move faster.
10,
Just gonna
9.
bleed it out.
8.
That's me.
Okay.
Okay. So.
Run like a little girl with a skin knee.
I'm gonna
Scream!
whoever's like on the edge, like if I had to brush up against someone to get past them, I'm going to attempt to cast. I'm going to do a few things. I'm going to cast Charm Person on that person, and use
Okay.
Cutting Words, and that takes 2 points off because I rolled a D8 for that.
Okay.
They have to get, they have to get a 15 total, and that's with the 2 point away.
All right. I rolled a 3.
Okay, that person's now charmed.
Okay.
Um,
So they
I-
won't attack
I am
you, but
also
they
going-
also at the same time they won't attack their party either. But they won't attack you.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm going to do as my bonus action cast Sanctuary. So that way they have to attack somebody else if they fail a Wisdom saving throw instead of attacking me.
So
And-
you're casting Sanctuary. Okay.
Yeah, so it's that's a bonus action to cast.
Okay.
But can you cast
So-
2 spells in one round though?
That was one is a bonus action. Yeah, I
Right.
cast an action, bonus action, and my reaction with cutting words.
Okay, cutting
should be able
cutting
to-
words is an ability, right? Okay.
Yeah, it's ability I can do. And then I'm just going to take
Okay.
to run alongside of the one person who I charmed, so I don't get like an attack of opportunity against me, and try and get out of the room.
Well, you're invisible, so you're not going to. They're not going to get attack of opportunity anyway. But
Okay,
all right, you
so
find
I-
yourself in the hallway. What you see is the only thing you see is a halfling, cloaked halfling-sized figure, standing over a once again on the ground Baron, and it's about to make a coup de grace. By the way,
Oh shoot!
all right. So 7. Slick, I'm pretty sure that's you,
that
dude.
would be yeah.
Tell me the situation here. What's going on?
You have a stupid little halfling trying to murder you in front of you.
All right. Well, I'm gonna use polymorph on him.
Holy shit! What? All right,
Damn, man! Talk about bringing a howitzer to a knife fight.
right.
Fuck around with me.
All right. What's the saving throw?
Saving throw.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Can someone help me calculate his saving throw?
Yeah, hang on a second. Oh my god.
What does it say on the save? Like, what kind of save do they have to make?
It's probably a wisdom save.
Oh. Do I
They
throw
have
anything?
to make a save. They have to
Okay.
save
Yeah.
against something.
Yeah, no, they have to save
Sure.
against your attack, and it's based upon your spell level and stuff. So we know it's at least +3. What is your intelligence right now?
I do charisma. I'm 19.
Oh, charisma 19. That's right. So you got +4, +7. So +7 to whatever the standard number. So it's probably 17, I would assume.
The unwilling creature must make a wisdom saving throw to avoid the
Yeah.
effect.
Yeah, so it's 17.
Yeah, it's
All right,
wisdom
I got it.
saving throw.
I got it.
Yeah.
Okay, well, he fails that roll. So what does he become?
He becomes a worm, and I put him in my little bag.
All
Then I
right.
throw him a cloak, and I pick up my staff, and I'm out. I'm gonna go out the door.
All right. So you just say peon, make him a worm, put him in your bag, cloak yourself,
That was-
and head into
That
the
was
hallway.
bad. That was badass.
Yeah,
Jimmy.
that'll do. It'll do. As it should be. All right, and I think that's everybody, right? Except for Lacey.
Yeah.
I haven't gone with Lacey yet. So let me go ahead and do her. And she's not happy because she just got blown up. And of course she's unarmored, but she does have access to her weapons, of course, and she's going to blow this thing up. I'm pretty sure.
You rolled a 20.
Ooh,
Wow.
another 20. Oh, you guys know what that
She
means,
cut her
right?
head off.
That is, well,
What?
first of all, she gets a. Let me give her her little 20, so she gets that right there. Okay.
Nice.
Yeah, I don't have to do anything else.
Oh,
Done.
he decapitates them.
You guys who are in the hallway, which are 2 of you, you see coming out of Lacey's room a little halfling head just rolling into the hallway. Vorpal weapon, baby.
Oh
Yeah.
my gosh.
I'm afraid it automatically cuts their head off.
Yeah, no, it's automatic. Yeah. So, if it's against a super big, powerful creature, I do have to make rolls. But these guys only have 30 hit points, so it's done.
Yeah.
But,
It reduces it to 68.
Yeah. But anyway, I didn't expect the Vorpal sword to come into play. I am rolling high though; it's not good.
Yeah, that's very bad
Yeah.
for us.
Yeah. All right. Back to the top. 18. Now, Bill, you are in the room. There's a dead body in front of you. The cleric is standing in front of you, inside the door. Well, what do you want to do?
Oh. Where's Corny? To go to Corny's room.
Well, you come into the hall because you're super fast. You come into the hallway, going around the cleric. You see Corny standing in the hallway, and Corny is looking
He
directly.
doesn't see me.
I'm sorry. What? What do you say?
He doesn't see me. I'm invisible.
Oh, that's right. You don't. So the only thing you see in the hallway is a halfling on the other side of the loft, standing over Baran, about to make a coup de grace.
I'll go. I'll bust a move over there and lay into him with
All right.
my.
You're quick enough to do that. Lacey is in the hallway as well. But you can move there very freely. So you're standing behind the halfling instantly and make your attack.
Okay, I'll do. I'll use another 6 attacks with the.
Now, that's not a full round action, right? This is only a half action. You moved.
Well, I move 110.
Yeah. But I
feet.
mean, this isn't when you have a full round attack, meaning your feet are planted
Okay.
below you. Don't do any movement, and all your concentration is on attack. That's where people get secondary attacks and stuff like that. So, these bonus attacks happen within a single action?
Well, I have an extra attack that I would use that I was using.
Well, that's fine,
So
but I don't know if you
I
get
take
all
those
6 of them.
Okay, so I can do one attack, miss attack, and then flurry is one of my moves for another bonus attack.
Oh, so you got to
And then I
use an
would have-
ability. All right, go ahead.
Yeah. Okay, so then I'll do. So that means you're saying I wouldn't be able to get in my extra.
Oh
attack,
no,
which
no,
would be
you
like
can do your flurry. It's an attack. Yeah, it doesn't
Okay.
it isn't a full action. It's a full round. It's an action. So
Okay. I got a 20.
okay, mark that
So-
down.
Yeah.
That's a nat 20.
This game, damn.
Yeah.
Man, we got nat
That is
20s all over the
Because
damn.
Yeah, I know.
Money.
I haven't got one. Damn it.
So I hit him once plus to 18, 12, and then I crit. So I got a 20 and a 1 on the save roll.
Okay, you need
Wow.
16. So anything at
I
16
hit
or higher
twice
hits.
then.
All right.
Yeah, so I hit twice.
You're putting your
Um,
bonuses to hit in the roll, right?
Correct.
Okay. Go ahead.
So I have a plus 10 to hit, and you said I needed a 16.
Yep.
Or would you say? Yeah.
16,
So I hit
yeah.
twice.
All right, go ahead.
Oops. Yeah. All right. So it did 18 damage.
Okay. You do 18 points of damage. That puts it on 27. You just daze this thing. It's certainly not happy. Of course, it didn't even see you come up behind it.
No.
So you've got its
And then
attention.
I put one more key in there for stunning strike, so he's prone till the beginning of my next turn.
Okay, so he's
So
on
he
the
has-
ground.
He gets a save, doesn't he? Though
No,
against stunning strike.
I don't think so. But I could be wrong. I'll flip to it real quick. I got it bookmarked here.
Okay, you let me know. 17, 16,
Constitution, yeah.
15.
Yeah, he gets.
I failed anyway. 14.
Okay.
Don't I need to make like a saving throw?
You do.
'Cause I'm
Please
only
give me
gonna
your
have
saving
one.
throw.
On your turn.
Constitution. It is his turn.
Okay.
All right, so let's see. That is 21.
All right, no problem. You save and stabilize. It's very hard to die in 5th edition. I pretty much have to one-shot you. Mostly, it's they've made it very difficult, but that's all right.
Make the same number of saving throws to stabilize as you do to die. So he has to get 3 of them.
Yeah, he's stable. He's fine. So
Well, you'd have to get 2 out of 3. Is the rule?
Yeah.
anyway, 13,
I think.
12.
Up.
No, I thought GOP. No, that's right. So you're up. So you go first, and I'll have the rest of the halflings go.
Mhm.
Okay. I'm going to move into the room with the halfling that's attacking Baran. And I'm going to crack him.
Oh, that's
head.
not a room. It's in this open area outside of the rooms. It's
Okay. Then I'll move out there, and I'll move up to Baran, and I will crack this guy in the head.
all right. Go ahead.
That's a natural 20.
Wow.
Oh my
so
God.
many today, dude.
Jeez.
And he's dead. He only had 3 hit points.
That's 2 for me, man.
Yeah, no, it's good. Lacey even got 1. So all right. So you drop him, and then it's my turn. Let's see here. Who has him left? Bills is down. Bob's is down. Laz's is down. And Zach's is down. So the only one that's left is the 5 that were on GOP.
And just
So,
remember, one is charmed, so they're not going to be attacking.
well, one
this
is.
round.
Yeah, the other 4 are
Yeah,
different.
just say one is. Yeah, one is charmed. Yeah.
Okay. You see these 4 pile into the hallway, and they're all reloading these weapons. Now, the only person here who's ever seen anything like this is GOP. He's the only one who knows what this weapon is, kinda. He doesn't really know, but he's seen it before. And they take this round, and they are reloading. 11, 10, 9, 8.
I'm going to run over to Baran and cast Cure Wounds on him. And that'll be a 12. 12 points of healing.
12. Now you guys see Baran is magically healing for some out of nowhere. You don't know why.
Oh God, kill it! And just start swinging in the
air. And Laz, you are up.
Where are the last in relation to me?
Well, there's 5 of them, and they're standing to the left of you down the hallway toward the back of the building, and they're all standing in excuse me, there's 4 of them. One of them is charmed in the room, and they're all standing in a neat little row for you.
Where are my friends?
They're on the other side of the room.
These fuckers are gonna get a fireball.
Oh my goodness!
Oh, here we go.
No, you gotta blow up the house.
That would be now. Just so you know, Laz, that would be extreme. You would most certainly damage the house, and you probably damage your party as well.
And they're carrying gunpowder.
And they're carrying gunpowder.
Oh, the guns will go off.
Well, you know, we were supposed to be protected, far at the house, but
yeah, but what my point has less to do with the house, but more to do with the fact that the your party is in the blast area.
It's tiefling retribution, man.
So that I'm not going to do it if they're in the blast area. You said they're all lined up, but you said they were in the opposite direction.
They are in the no. They are sitting on one side of a loft hall pathway, and on the other side of the pathway, across the room from you, is where your party is dealing with Baran. So yeah,
right. So I'm doing it their direction, not my party's direction.
Yeah, but it's an area effect, dude.
It's like down a long hallway, and they're on one side of the hallway, we're on the other.
Yeah. What is the radius on the fireball, please?
60 or something.
Yeah, it's pretty big.
No, I think it's 20 by 20. Like it's 20 cube. I think it's 25. I could be actually wrong with that.
Hold on, just check it real quick.
I'm looking it up right now.
It's a 20-foot radius sphere, yeah.
All right. Well, you could pull it off then. You would be able to pull it off.
That's what I want to
do. Jesus Christ. All right, go ahead.
I love it.
It's my character. It's my character. She gets her adrenaline.
You guys get a dex save.
Yeah, I'm doing it.
Yeah. They take half damage. Yeah, if they succeed.
Okay.
So it's 8d6. What it is?
Well, one of them fails. The other 3 save. The charm guy doesn't even get a save. So 2 of them are going to take full damage, and 3 of them are going to take half damage. But I do have to deal with black powder. So go ahead and do your damage, please.
What level are you casting this at, man?
What?
What level are you casting this at?
Highest level I got.
Do you have a 4th level spot?
It's a 3rd level spell. Are you
third level spell. So.
Okay. Then all right. Then you just hit the 8d6 because if you cast it 4, you had another d6.
Yeah.
8d6, please. Slick.
Sorry. Give me a second. Here.
Kablooey.
All right. 32.
32. Okay. All right. Well, 2 of them drop instantly from the concussion of the blast. The rest of them take half of that damage, so they're not dead. Excuse me, 3 of them. But as the fire lights upon them, all of a sudden you hear that go off.
Oh God!
And they take further damage. All right.
I'm
So
sorry.
much.
We
It's
didn't get hit.
no. All right. Now, the smoke, the whole building is full of smoke now.
Mhm.
There's lingering fire, but the blast from their black powder has put out the fire for the most part. But what, of course, it is left is a giant gaping hole in the back of the building, partially on the wall and the roof above. And what you see is splattered halfling meat all over the place. Some of it's on all of you, by the way. You're all kind of covered in little flecks of blood, of charred blood, and little meat pieces. You're going to be getting out of your hair for quite a while, I'm assuming. But
So,
yeah, you
it's
have
a
ended
shrimp-
the situation.
Barbecued shrimp.
Okay.
I'm sorry. Oh my gosh.
Well,
You got to realize my character. Somebody tried to murder her in her sleep, and she didn't. She gets
No one's complaining.
Okay.
None of us are
Yeah.
dead.
All right. I'm going to actually I'm going to look at Baran and make sure like you all right.
A bit embarrassed. I
Why?
forgot I
You
had,
should be used to it by now.
I don't even.
I forgot I had cunning action to
Yeah.
do uncanny dodge, which would have saved me a lot.
Yeah, you need to
I just-
remember that.
Then I totally forgot about it.
yeah.
So
I just
I've
yell
just been
out.
sitting here going like, I'm totally useless, aren't I? I'm a useless
Learn your
character.
character.
Now.
I just yell out. How
Um,
come I always get covered in blood?
You guys are
I'm going
covered.
to,
This whole place is absolutely trashed. But do keep in
I'm
mind.
going to walk into the room. I'm going to walk into the room that I was in, and I'm going to pick up the unconscious one, and I'm going to drag him into the room.
Yeah, there is one
I
alive.
also have one alive.
You do
It
have one
is
alive.
warm.
Yes, you do. You can place it on the table if you'd like. One thing is, I'm assuming you guys secure the property. I mean, that's kind of what you guys would do.
Yeah.
You secure the property, and downstairs in the little cell, which I don't mean I mean the traditional clerical cell. You see young Nate, and his throat has been cut.
Oh.
Man.
Oh,
Is he beyond saving, or can
Oh,
I
yeah.
save him with?
Oh yeah, it's
oh,
happened
he's
probably
saving.
10, 20 minutes ago.
I mean-
man, that's messed up.
We are by it. We are actually. He could be resurrected. We
That's
are by it.
You do realize you have a bishop around. If they want to do that, they'll do that. They'll make that decision.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's what
I
I'm
will.
saying.
I will cast gentle repose on him in case they're going to
Like
do that.
stabilize.
Oh, that's fine.
No,
Yeah.
gentle repose basically keeps his soul from slipping away.
Okay. Now, after you cast that spell, and you guys have kind of brought the unconscious intruder and the worm on the table downstairs, you
Would-
hear a rush, and you see the bishop himself enters the room, and there's an entire contingent of guard behind him.
Would also bring some of the dead ones as well, so we can search them and have it together.
Sure,
all
that's
together,
fine.
all the culprits.
And the bishop
Yeah.
is, what happened? What happened? What's going on? And he looks up, sees the hole in the roof. He says, "This building is 300 years old." He's
I know. I can't believe it. They just came in and started blowing stuff up.
You must.
They had
You're-
these devices. I've never seen weapons like that before. They made they were like explosions in their hands.
and the unobliterated ones, which you have at least a couple, they have these things on as well. They just were being stealthy. They didn't use them. So you have actually these devices to look at. And like I said, GOP, you've seen these things before.
Oh,
You know
yes.
what they are. You're
But
not
I'm
an
gonna say
expert.
anything.
Yeah. Oh, you're not going to say
I'm going
anything.
to.
all right.
I'm actually going to hide those. I'm gonna
Because
grab the one and then just stick it in my pocket.
well, I think we should turn over these things and give them to the authorities and not ask any questions. Let's do that.
So,
Well, we have two that we can question alive.
No. It's not even worth it. They're obviously just here to rob us and stuff. So let's put them in behind bars where they belong.
except that there were 5 in your room and 1 came after each of us.
You
They
know
came here
what?
for you, Corny,
Well, because
or George,
obviously,
Gregory, or whatever your name is now. But I'm sorry for the destruction, and it appears that they have found a way around your security.
They obviously wanted us more than we anticipated. I'm looking at Corny,
Hmm.
and I'm going to put my hand over my mouth like I'm thinking, and I'm going to cast
No,
sending.
you do it. Oh, okay. I thought it was gonna be like some sort of.
I'm going to cast. No, I'm talking directly in your brain.
Oh,
You're going to tell us everything.
well, you know.
No lies. No. I'm not joking.
Okay.
And I take my hand away from my mouth.
Okay. Well, anyway, you have a frantic bishop standing in the room. He's ordered his guard to secure the perimeter, as they do. They're just typical temple guards, and he's concerned for your safety, of course, but he's also concerned as to what happened. So let's deal with the priests first. So, what do we want to tell him? What do we want to say?
I still have my blood up. I'm going to step before all of you and come. You promised us safety and security, and we were attacked in the night by assassins. This is the result. And I use my full intimidation and persuasion.
I get between Laz and the priest and the bishop.
Yeah, we'll
I
let him
tell
make
her
his roll,
this-
though.
Yeah, go
Yeah,
ahead.
let it-
Yeah, go ahead.
Make my roll?
Yeah.
20. Throw. Nat 20. Hell
Oh
yeah.
my God.
Sweet, so many 20s. All right,
What is
well,
going on tonight?
I know it's weird. The bishop is he's scared of the demon standing in front of him, of course, but he's also extremely apologetic. He's like, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. We've never had this kind of incursion in here. I don't know what to say. He seems to be being quite honest about it, actually.
Mhm. I will step in between the two of them, and I look at Laz and I say, "Now is not the time.
You do not control me.
We
But I
are
will
guests
defer.
here,
But I will
and what
defer.
you do reflects on me."
What you do reflects on me.
Oh goodness, here we go. Fight, 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 fight. Throw mud.
I'm just gonna walk back a little slowly.
Uh-huh.
Start singing
We
a
do not
song.
have this. We
So,
have.
cleric, deal with your kin and your kith.
You will mind your tone.
You do not
You
mind.
are in my. You are in my God's. You are in my God's temple on his grounds.
I
You
wear
will-
your god's amulet.
Ooh.
Well, this is
That's a bit of a
I'm sorry,
cliche. I'll take that.
What did she say? I couldn't hear what she said. I talked over her.
I wear your god's amulet.
It's true.
Yes, by his grace.
And by his grace, I tell you to
You
stop.
will show his people respect.
Uh-oh.
His people have not done their job to take care of us.
Monk, this is your
They are
opportunity.
out of their league. It is not their fault that they are beset on all sides.
Now,
I just want something to yell
Do
about.
you wish
All right,
step outside?
I'm gonna stand up, and say, listen, we're all upset. This was an intense situation, but fighting amongst ourselves only does our enemies work for us.
Lacey's
As I
playing with the
appreciate-
worm.
The monk speaks freedom. You best heed it.
Laz, I appreciate your anger, for I am upset as well. And Adderall, I know that this is a horrible situation to be put in, and you feel in the middle of all this. But please, just appreciate her frustration, and let's focus our efforts to find the culprits and meet out our anger
These
with the
people
justice
are
of our
not
lives.
our enemy. They do not deserve this. Your anger is misplaced.
So is yours if you speak this way.
If you guys don't
I am
back down, I'm
standing
gonna take them
between
both
you
out.
and what was that? I'm sorry. I didn't mean to talk over you.
Your monk is about to jump your ass.
So if you guys don't back down now, I'm taking you both outside and spanking you.
Yeah. I am curious. Baran, Lacey's playing with the worm. What are you doing?
I'm sitting with her, just kind of like breathing in and out very
Now,
slowly
cleric-
because I'm still really, really, really hurt. I might have been healed and saved, but I am still very not in the way.
Adderall,
Okay.
take your energy and focus on healing our friend before he dies before us.
Oh, no, he's already been healed, dude.
Not fully.
He says he feels
Not
like
fully.
crap.
Yeah.
No, he's not fully, but he's up and he's stable.
Yeah, you're alive. It's good enough. All right.
Yeah.
Anyway, what are we
Yeah.
gonna do? We gotta continue with this fighting thing, or are we gonna deal with the bishop, or what?
She's ready to go outside and throw down.
I know you are,
Oh.
dude.
Boy, this is gonna be interesting.
Where am I at here?
And she's got enough for one last good fuck you.
I'm sure.
Dude.
Yeah.
Dude.
Fireball. What's
Trust
gonna
me.
happen?
What would happen, Chester, if I did a super speed stunning strike on both of them, hit them in the pressure point, and they both sit down?
It wouldn't. You could try a stun attack against them, and they would get their saving throws, but there's no need for that. This is just role playing, dude.
It'd be
Yeah,
fun, though.
yeah.
Yeah, but then
Oh,
then
I
you
mean,
would
yeah.
start a fight. Is that really what we want?
No, it's
I'm
9:30.
going to.
No, it is time to get out of here. I'm just kind of.
Yeah,
That's why
no,
I'm
I'm
trying to
gonna-
wrap this scene up.
Monk is mollifying. It's the cleric that's not backing down.
Yeah, no, I
Oh,
know.
no,
I'm just
he's
trying to
not
get out of
doing
this
that.
scene. So make a decision what you guys are going to do, please.
I'm going to do a prayer of healing. And everybody that's injured, I think everybody got a couple of people got hit, right?
Yeah, I think so.
I got hit. I got a boo boo.
Yeah. Everybody gets. Well, hang on a minute. I will tell you how many you get.
I didn't get touched. I killed 2 of them.
Yeah. Okay. So
really.
16, 22. Everybody gets back 27 points of health.
Wow, that's nice. Very good.
Once he's done that, I will bow my head and give him thanks because that was all right.
Cool. Now, as he's healing the room, the area, you notice that all the little pieces of flesh on your cloak and your hair start writhing.
Ooh.
What the?
Oh wait, he's healing
Like
the
it's in
area. So
pain?
does that mean what happens to the one that was unconscious or unconscious?
He's no longer unconscious.
Yeah. But he's being held down. So
He is. Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
Lacey's and Baran are right on top of him. So we will pick it up here next time. Figure out what we're going to do with the priest here, what we're going to do with these prisoners, and figure out what happened. Interesting. We have entered our literally book 2, I would say, with a little bit of festive spirits. We've come across the problem, but halflings are always a pain in the butt. Just remember that. And of course, we've introduced firearms to the story.
oh
How
jeez.
dare you?
I love
I'm keeping the
firearms.
fire
Yeah, you.
worm, by the way. That's mine. No one
That's
gets it.
fine. Well, we'll get to that next time. All right. So thank you all very much for being here and joining us today. I didn't even really check the chat today. I was so busy. Let me see if anyone said anything particularly or egregious. It's probably John Dillard. Let me see here. Oh no, it's mainly you guys. Really cool to have you in here being part of this. Do keep in mind that tomorrow is our 8 o'clock show for Comics News Today, and as usual, we'd be happy to have you guys come in. And thank you very much. So let's just go through the group, let them have that closing words, and we will jump out of here. So let's start on the other side. Baran, go ahead.
Hey, thanks for watching. And keep watching. I don't know.
Yeah, no, we're
Stop
having fun.
dying.
Maybe I'll be useful one day.
Maybe one day. At least Lacey's got you. GOP?
Yeah.
Just always watch behind your ears. I'll do the namaste this time if you want. I think I got a good one.
Okay, I'll come back to you.
So.
Slick?
If you want.
Yeah, no, I will. Yeah, Slick?
Everybody have a good night and go out and look up Little Girl Lethal if you have some inclination.
Absolutely, dude. All right, and because that is a good looking book, man. We've seen some extras behind the scenes stuff. It's pretty cool. Bob?
The body pillow, baby. Yeah, thanks for stopping by, guys. Hopefully we were entertaining, and we'll see you guys next. Well, I don't know if we're gonna do it next week, but
next week we are off. Next week is Christmas break, so we'll be back in the new year.
Yep, we'll see you next. We'll see you next game.
Sweet, Bill.
Well, yeah. Well, then, Merry Christmas to everyone, and see you next year.
Awesome. And indeed, for all of the Bugbear Basement people, have a good holidays, guys. Enjoy your Christmas, enjoy your New Year's, and we will be back after the holidays to pick this up because we got a whole new brew of things to get into here. And things are going to get starting to get more deadly, I would think. But nevertheless, we need our Namaste moment, and GOP is about to deliver it.
Well, I think we learned something very, very valuable tonight. You don't tug on Superman's cape. You don't spit into the. You don't pull the mask off the old Lone Ranger, and you don't mess around with Jim.
Mm. Namaste. Namaste.
Come on.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Later, everybody.